Kevin Gallagher called the pitch a cow field and the wind like Pitodry on a bad day. The Faroe Islands part-timers equalised in stoppage time, leading to these absolute scenes, and still one of Scotland's most embarrassing results.
Daft little ground, silly game.
But away trips don't come any tougher than a lung-busting schlep up the Andes to face Bolivia in La Paz. But now the Bolivians have taken home advantage to another level. The country's highest city, El Alto, 4,100 metres above sea level. Grass doesn't even grow up here. Bolivia have not lost here yet. The longest unbeaten run in any professional league ever belongs to Red Star Belgrade, or Crvena Zvezda if you must. They've gone 7 years without defeat at the Rajko Mitic in Serbia's Superliga. Their fans are pretty intimidating as well, but they're not as loud as this mob. Galatasaray's Ali Sami Yen Stadium's officially the loudest in world football. In a derby with Fenerbahce, Galatasaray fans set a Guinness World Record of 131 decibels. That's louder than Motorhead, and pretty tough to carry out your manager's instructions when you can't even hear them. However, our most intimidating away day is in Wales, where cameras can't enter and players can't leave. HMP Prescoed. This prison team was briefly kicked out the Gwent League over concerns about young opposition having to go in there. Now that's a tough place to go.
Early June 1939, Germany, always a tough place to go to.
Yeah, good morning. It's Easter Monday. This is talkSPORT Breakfast with Arnold Clark. Buy a used car and get a free 2-year service plan. Plus, get an extra 500 quid when you part exchange. Shop the upgrade event today. I'm your host this morning, Jamie O'Hara, and I am joined by Arsenal invincible Ray Parlour. How are you, Ray?
How you doing, James?
How are you,
mate? Very, very, very good indeed. Looks like it's going to be a lovely day today, James. So that's the most important.
We ain't got no windows in here.
Well, I've just looked out the window before I come in. So it's a lovely pink sky. That means it's going to be really nice and great weather this afternoon. All this week, to be fair.
Yeah,
so,
how you been, mate? You got the clubs out, the golf clubs?
The golf clubs, I played really poorly the other day. So, you know what it's like. You always try and finish the last hole well, don't you? When you're playing terribly badly. If you can get a birdie or par on the 18th, suddenly you can't wait for the next game.
Yeah.
So I didn't do too bad on the 18th, but the rest of the 17 holes was terrible. So I'll be back out tomorrow probably. But it's such a great game to play. And do you know what, Jamie? It doesn't bother me if I play poorly or play brilliant. I'm exactly the same after. We have a few beers, and you know, it doesn't really bother me. It doesn't ruin my day. Where some of my mates get the right hump.
Yeah.
When they play poorly, I say, look, lads, it's only a game, isn't it? You can next week you play differently.
No, it's different for you though, mate, because you've been an elite athlete. So this is, playing golf's just a bit of fun.
Of course, it's a bit.
Some blokes think they're like pros.
Yeah, they got all the gear. I have no idea. They say. But, I just love going around the banter and a bit of fun. You know what I mean? And that's what it's all about. That's what it's all about. I think it's the best social game you can ever play. 4 of you all go. Look, don't get me wrong. You're walking along. You always got to walk together. I mean,
what do you mean walk?
Would you? No,
buggies.
Your buggies?
Yeah,
no.
buggies.
I've got my little sat nav on my trolley walk slide beside me.
Yeah,
is that cheating? I don't know.
No, that's not cheating. But no, mate, it's all about the buggies.
Well, you play at London Club. That's a bit more between holes, isn't it? It's quite a long course. Isn't it?
It is quite a long course.
It's a long course.
Yes.
My one's a little bit more.
Is yours pitch and putt?
over the windmill sort of course. No, my course Heron is in great nick at the moment, and they've spent a lot of money on it, and you know it's really good, a good game of golf right now. Look, it ain't like Wentworths and all that. They're a different level, but we're very, very good. And for the standard players we've got in our little group, it's perfect for everybody.
Yeah, but you're steady, though. You're a steady golfer. I've done a few
10-ish.
golf days with you. You're all right.
No, 10-ish.
Yeah.
I'm not. I can't really get better because I don't practice enough. You got to get over there all the time. You got to be chipping and putting and all that sort of stuff. Your short games got to be. That's what gets your score down. I always tell like the 18 handicappers and whatever, don't worry about driving it because most of the time you can drive it and go a bit wayward. And this is the most important thing is chipping and putting around the green.
Yeah.
2-putt. The old dustbin lid, as they used to say.
The old dustbin lid, yeah.
I've got a big dustbin at the moment now. I ain't getting in over near dustbin lid. It's massive.
Ray, we've got 4 hours to get into Arsenal because the treble hopes are over. Great FA Cup weekend was right here on talkSPORT.
Is that working?
Doku coming inside, he's found O'Reilly, the angle is tight, he's knocked it square, and Haaland has a hat-trick. Liverpool are being utterly dismantled. Haaland with yet another hat-trick, his 12th in Manchester City colours. Manchester City 4, Liverpool 0.
To Chelsea, hoisted into the penalty area, and it's turned in by Hato, and Chelsea lead after a minute and 6 seconds. They have ripped Port Vale to shreds. Chelsea 7, Port Vale 0.
Charles with a shot! Southampton lead again! And that may well be the goal that takes the Saints into the semi-final. And Arsenal are sent crashing from the FA Cup.
Oh, goodness me! It's guided in! Disasi with the equaliser! West Ham have scored twice in added time!
That's why you should never give up in the FA Cup.
And a penalty shootout will decide if West Ham or Leeds are heading to Wembley. Strap hits it, and it's in off the post, and Leeds United have done it. They're into their first FA Cup semi-final since 1987.
Yeah, terrible day for Arsenal, that's for sure. It's Leeds v Chelsea, Man City v Southampton in the semi-finals. Ray, what happened?
Do you know what? I've got to give... People always talk about Arsenal. I've got to give Southampton credit for the first because they went there, they defended for their lives, they was fighting their body, especially in that first half. I mean, there's some great blocks from the Southampton defence. The keeper was on top. They was pushing Arsenal, but it just didn't really look like scoring in that first half. Look, rotation of the team doesn't help sometimes when players are coming in when they haven't played too much football. Jesus coming in and other players, it didn't really do enough for me.
Yeah.
But look, at the start of the season, I know people talking about quadruple. That's never going to happen. You know,
no, quad, no.
If you're being realistic, no chance. Something's going to happen in the cup where you're going to get knocked out or whatever. And I said at the start of the season, if they said one trophy and you can win that Premier League, it's a great season. So they've still got every chance. But
so you're not disappointed that everyone's talking. I know the quad. You say right, but
it was never going to happen.
The manner of going out though in the FA Cup.
Well, I think the League Cup wasn't great. I mean, the second half against Man City, when you're playing your rivals, you've got psychologically it can be a nightmare if they get one over on you. Look at Man City the weekend. They seem to have got got something out of that cup final now because they was brilliant against Liverpool. So now they'll be trying to push on and see if Arsenal can make more mistakes. But if you're in that squad of players, you can't feel sorry for yourself. I mean, I don't know what the squad is. I'm not in that dressing room at the moment, but we went for a similar sort of thing to this team in 2004 when we lost to Man United in the FA Cup. We lost to Chelsea, Wayne Bridge at Highbury.
Yeah.
And then we was playing Liverpool at the weekend, and we was 2-1 down half-time. And it's suddenly a week, and it could be a disaster for you. But you've got to roll your sleeves up. At half-time, a few of the players had to go at each other.
Yeah.
I said, come on. Don't feel sorry for yourselves. We got to sort this out ourselves. Yeah. And then Henry was unbelievable second half and scored a hat-trick, and we won 4-2 in the end.
Right.
And that was a turnaround again.
Yeah.
So now it's all about Tuesday, tomorrow night against Sporting, which ain't an easy game now, away from home.
Do you think it's the leaders in the group then that need to get together and say, right, come on, boys?
Yeah,
like,
absolutely. People like Gabriel,
Yeah.
Declan, all those sort of guys have got to say, look, come on, we're in a great position still. And it could all go quickly wrong. There's no doubt about that. And I've said that all season. So I was never the one to say, we're going to do this, going to do that, going to do that. Because I know how football can change very quickly. And as you can see, a couple of defeats, all the belief goes down, the confidence goes down. And it's up to the players now to sort it out. It's not always down to the manager. You've got to sit in that dressing room and say, come on. Get people by the scruff of the neck and say, this next game's vital for us.
Yeah.
Sporting, not to lose the game, but if we can get a win out in Lisbon, puts us in a great position again. And Bournemouth at the weekend at home, which is never an easy game, Bournemouth.
I think you'll be all right. Your home games, I feel like you'll...
Yeah, I think they'll have enough still to do it, and I think they can go to the Etihad and maybe get a draw there.
If you get beat by Sporting Lisbon, though, that is...
there'd be alarm bells.
Yeah, now...
And you know what the press are like, and... Look, we're going to sit on this programme and talk about it.
Yeah.
And they want to bring
I'll have the
people
mask
down.
out. The mask have been coming out.
I thought you'd have it on by now.
No, he's coming. Don't worry, Ray.
I'll leave off.
It's coming.
We're not in a numpty bar, as Alan would call it.
Yeah.
But, I mean, look, there is concerns. There's no doubt about that. But it's up to the team now to get a bit of composure. So, right, OK, we've had a couple of knockbacks. But the good teams would always come back. And now they've got to show their mettle. They've got to show their little bit of spirit. They've got to show what they've done so far in the season has been superb. I know the last two games haven't. But where they are in the Champions League and the league situation, it's still been a good season so far. But they can still blow it.
Yeah.
And if they did blow it, I'm sure the press will have a field day.
Oh,
I'm sure.
I mean...
You'll have masks on for the rest of your life, Jack.
Oh, I'll be wearing it all summer, mate. All summer. When I'm knocking about the London club, knocking about... O Beach,
it's a great weekend for Tottenham fans because, there's a little bit of a lift for you, hopefully, with De Zerbi coming in and West Ham going out and Arsenal going out.
Yeah, it's a great weekend.
When you don't play...
We didn't play.
When you don't play, you have a great weekend.
Yeah, so we've all got to deal with it next year. I'm going to talk to you about De Zerbi, actually, a little bit later on in the show. But let's hear from Mikel Arteta. He's been speaking to talkSPORT's Alex Crook after they lost to Southampton.
What does it mean in terms of the bigger picture? Obviously losing at Wembley in the Cup final, now being knocked out of the FA Cup, suddenly from talking about 4 trophies, potentially it's down to 2.
And this is the reality. When you are there and you are so close, you win it or not. And now is the moment to show what we are made of. When you win, it's easy for us, for our supporters, for everybody. Is now the moment that we have to show.
Yeah, as he said, it's easy when you're winning. But now, obviously, they come into a tough part of the season. And listen, let's not get away from the fact that they've crumbled a few times under Arteta. Do you think that he's got the minerals to get it over the line?
Well, people got to learn from their mistakes in different seasons, haven't they? And they have come second, they have crumbled a bit, and they've got to learn from doing that. There's no doubt Man City have got so many players who've been there and done it, and it does help. It does help the young players as well. When you've got experienced players who've won trophies. When I got into the team and we started winning trophies, I was looking up to people like Tony Adams, Lee Dixon, Bold, Seaman. They've all won trophies. Yeah. And they would help you along the way. So Arsenal have not got that in their ranks with winning the trophy together. Yeah. But it's all about the next game. You can't worry about Southampton now. You've got to get back to the training ground. You probably have a meeting about what happened, what went wrong, what your performance was.
What was Arsene Wenger like? See, like when you was in this stage of the season, would he do anything different? Was there, if things weren't going as well as they should have been? Yeah. Was there little things that maybe he'd done or?
No, not really. I mean, he kept it simple. Wenger. And the good thing about Wenger was, even in big games like FA Cup finals and whatever, he always tried to keep you like the same. You do exactly the same as you're playing someone at the bottom of the table. Yeah. In the league. Now, nothing would be different. You wouldn't go away for a hotel 2 days instead of 1 and all that sort of stuff. So you try and keep your pressure off you and try and just to say, look, it's another game. I know it's a big game, but just try and approach it exactly what you would do in any other game. And I think that sometimes take the pressure off you, because sometimes you can overthink games, can't you?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You go to a big game, you think, it's a big game, must be a big game.
I think Spurs done that when we played against Nottingham Forest, right? With the whole fan thing and all that. You can overdo it.
Absolutely.
Right?
You can think about it too much.
And you put too much pressure on the game.
Exactly. So that's what he tried to do, Wenger. But now, look, they just got to get focused. They can't change the result against Man City. They can't change the result against Southampton. It's all about the next one. But most Arsenal fans will be a little bit worried. There's no doubt about that, because of the performances and the way they've gone out. But now it's all about Sporting Lisbon. And they've got to go out to Lisbon and put a performance on that suddenly Arsenal fans can think, well, maybe they're back at it now. And that's the next game's the most important one always when you lose.
Yeah. We asked Arsenal loudmouth Piers Morgan if he wanted to come on this morning. And
Piers won't be coming on today, though.
Yeah, he replied, he said, I'd rather shoot myself. If you look, that's the message.
Piers.
They messaged him last night, and poor old Piers didn't fancy it. So we're going to try and get him on, though. We're going to barrage him with messages to see if he'll come and speak up over Arsenal, because he's been giving it the big one all season, saying this and that. But it looks like they are. Do you think that if they get knocked out of the Champions League against Sporting, but they do win the Premier League, you're saying that's a great season?
Definitely. I think that's the hardest one to win, the Premier League, because it's most consistent team throughout the season. We all know that the league is so hard. Every single game's a battle, if you like. And if you play the bottom side, you can't rest players because people turn you over. So I always say the Premier League's the hardest one, but Champions League, they've never won it. So that'd be a great trophy as well. And I'm not just saying it because we're knocked out, but if you're going to get knocked out of trophies or not win it, it's League Cup and the FA Cup's probably the ones that get knocked out.
Yeah.
But if they don't win anything, then it's probably a disastrous season.
Yeah.
Because of the position they've been in at this stage of the season. And
if they don't win anything.
Oh, then that'd be a disaster. I'm not going to sit and say, but it'd be okay. I don't think he'll lose his job, Arteta.
What?
He wouldn't lose his job.
If they don't win the Premier League?
Because who would you bring in?
Oh, Ray, come on.
No.
Ray, if he doesn't
I'll be
win
surprised.
a trophy this season, he's gone.
I'm looking at realistically, who would you bring in for Arteta who could do a similar sort of job? I don't know there's many managers out there. Alonso, he might be going to Liverpool. I should imagine he'd be going to Liverpool. Who else out there? I don't know. You lost Enrique, someone like that. I don't know if he would go. Why would you leave PSG?
I would be amazed if Arsenal lose it all. There's no way I can see Arteta in the job next season.
I can't see a better manager though, who could do a better job.
What are you talking about?
Who would you have then?
Arsenal. You could go and attract a top manager.
Like who?
I don't know. Pochettino. Anyone. I'm just putting it out there. Ancelotti after the World Cup. No, we're talking about Arsenal here who are primed to win. Well, they were primed to win everything. If they don't win nothing,
I don't think.
I'll be amazed if Arteta.
Well, did you sign a new contract?
What's that mean?
He signed a new contract. So they've got the faith in him, Arteta. They've got the faith in him, and there's going to be a lot of work done in the summer. There's no doubt about it, because he's got a lot of dead wood there. He needs to get rid of quite a few players, if I'm being honest. But I think the owners.
And what about Zidane?
Zidane. Yeah, well, can he do it in the Premier League? I don't know. I mean, you're guessing.
Arteta hasn't. If you don't win it,
you're guessing he can do it. I think Arteta is still. It's how you lose it sometimes as well. So look, there's a long way to go, but I really believe he'll be there next season if they didn't win anything.
Regardless.
Yeah. Look, it's a big decision they have to make, but I really do believe that they look at it and say, who's out there? And they look at other clubs as well and say, how many times they've changed their managers? And you know what it's like. You can have this big name, but it might not work still. Spurs have had loads of big managers, haven't they?
Yeah.
Jose Mourinho, Conte.
Yeah.
It's not always worked.
No.
You're not guaranteed to work. So I don't know. I'm hoping that ain't the scenario anyway. But
yeah, we'll see.
It's a situation we'll have to see at the end of the season, and that's why football's such a great sport to watch, because the underdogs and all that sort of stuff. Southampton fans, imagine what their night was like after winning that. It was rocking at the St Mary's. I was watching on TV at home. I could sense.
Yeah, it's a great night.
Southampton fan, and that's what it's all about. There's doom and gloomy last year, wasn't he?
Well, this season as well. They was having a nightmare.
So it just shows you how quickly football can change for you.
All right, you can have your say on that. Give us a call, 03717223344. Up next, we're going to be talking a bit of Liverpool. In terms of greatest Premier League managers, because if he does leave, he will go down as one of the greats.
Yes.
What's your top three?
Sir Alex, Pep, and Jose for me.
What?
They're
Jose Mourinho?
Yeah. What do you mean, Jose Mourinho?
Not Arsene Wenger?
Arsene Wenger was in the conversation.
Oh, you're putting Jose in there?
Yeah, of course I'm putting Jose in there. 5.5 years, three Premier Leagues. Arsene Wenger had
Premier League all-time manager.
22 years he was there, Arsene Wenger. Won 3. Jose 5.5. Won 3.
I mean, in terms of...
Sir Alex, because he was there...
Sir Alex is no question, right?
He's the Don. He is the Don.
Yeah.
Right, he's the Don.
Yeah.
Pep's number 2. Can't argue. Because it's longevity as well. How long's he been there, Pep? Is it 9 or 10 years? I think I'm right in saying that. If it's not 9, it's coming up for 10.
26.
Okay, so 10 years. Okay.
Yeah.
He's won 6 Premier Leagues.
Yeah.
Come on. That's...
Yeah, no, but Arsene Wenger changed football.
Oh, he did?
Arsene Wenger, when he come to the Premier League, he revolutionised the game. He completely changed the way we play now, the way the Premier League is, what it's become.
Without question,
really and truthfully, was down to Arsene Wenger.
Without question, because Arsene Wenger changed the attitude. So I remember Arsene Wenger used to come in, used to get the players coming in on a Sunday for a warm down, right? And I was at Ipswich at the time. All of a sudden, I was at George Play. He's got us coming in for a warm down on a Sunday. What's all this about? Arsene Wenger started it.
Yeah.
So I drive from London up to Ipswich for a warm down.
Yeah, but he did. He revolutionised the game. He changed the way that athletes...
Yeah, but fans don't care about that.
Backpage review on talkSPORT.
Yeah, good morning. This is talkSPORT Breakfast with Jamie O'Hara and Ray Parlour, taking you through to 10 a.m. Right, let's look at today's back pages. Angelina Kelly is with us now. Angelina, you right?
Yeah,
good morning,
Angelina.
You done the one before us, right?
Early sports breakfast. I did it all last week.
That is a graveyard shift.
It's a 3 a.m. alarm.
3 a.m.
Yeah.
Do you know what? I think you should have 2 hours at least, shouldn't they?
What?
We start at 7.
Yeah.
Perfect.
No.
I'm already up.
Especially on Easter Monday, Ray. Do you know what I mean?
I just don't get it because
Should've had a
you
word
come
with
all the way, Angelina, for 1 hour.
Yeah.
know.
I agree.
Well, they're getting the money's worth out of me because I'm going match reporting this afternoon.
Oh,
Women's
yeah.
FA Cup.
Wow.
You're everywhere.
Literally, people must be sick of my voice probably, but I'm going to carry on talking anyway because we've got on the back pages Red Zone. Virgil van Dijk, it's up to us to fix it. Kai Havertz, we will hit back. The Liverpool Stars had an emergency summit after Saturday's 4-0 FA Cup thrashing against Manchester City. Van Dijk said that they've got to put it right, admitted that they gave up. The only hope is winning the Champions League. I'm not completely convinced when I look at Liverpool that they'll be able to beat PSG or even beat whoever might be waiting for them after that. How much of an overhaul do Liverpool need in the summer? Like, is Slot even going to be there?
I don't think they need a massive overhaul. I just think the manager's not good enough. I just think he's.
Do you think he's gone?
I think Arne Slot will go in the summer. I do. I'll be surprised if he doesn't go soon. But I think with people like, you know, your Gerrards and your Alonsos waiting in the wings, waiting for that moment. And look, Liverpool stuck by Slot, to be fair, and they had a difficult start to the season with what went on and the fact that they won the league and then they had to rebuild a little bit. But he's been found out as a gaffer for me. He's not good enough. This is not the Liverpool team that I know. This is not the Liverpool team that we all kind of got to love, really. Yeah. The DNA of Liverpool.
Yeah.
Rock and roll football, high tempo, high press, going after teams.
Yeah.
They fell off a cliff. They have. And I think the players have lost belief in the manager now. So I don't think there's a massive overhaul in terms of the players.
No.
They need to add some quality maybe at the back, centre-half, but maybe...
Well, Salah's going, isn't he? Salah need to replace him. But
I'm not convinced that they're a bad team.
No. They've still got good players, but as you rightly say, I think they have lost... He's lost that dressing room a little bit, if I'm being honest. It looks like that anyway. It doesn't help when the fans are singing Alonso's name as well.
I know.
That's just singing his name.
Not great.
That's not ideal, really, your manager on the side. But, you know, that's what the fans...
Is there any way back from that, Ray?
Well, all he's got to do now is try and win the Champions League, which is going to be difficult, isn't it? PSG now are really licking their lips going, well, wait a minute, they're coming off.
And Slot also keeps talking them up, PSG.
You know what? I find him so, like... For someone who's won the league, right, he's got a complete lack of belief in his team. Right, I really feel
not
like
great, is it?
Yeah, he's just like he's quite negative, considering that they are the Premier League champions.
Yeah,
you know, and I'm like, when I listened to some of his interviews, I didn't know he picked up PSG, but when I've watched him like do interviews this season, he's always like, he never really says we're the best team.
Well, he's always talked like PSG, it's going to be so difficult. They're such a good team. It's like, fair enough, but also you do have a good team. Like, don't put your team down. But I mean, Arsenal as well. How many trophies are they winning, Ray? What's
happening, Ray?
One.
What's happened?
Take the single. Take a single.
Quadruples.
Yeah, but that was Angelina. I was never one of them sort of people to say they're going to win a quadruple. It doesn't happen in football.
Nice,
to win a treble is amazing. To win the treble, like as Man United done back in the day, Man City have done it.
Yeah. That's not happening.
I know that's not happening, but that is an amazing achievement for a club. If you can win a treble, that is really, you don't realise how hard it is.
Why it doesn't happen.
I won it at Billericay, Ray.
I'm playing today, Overley, big game today. But to win one trophy at the start of the season, look, League Cup, you could argue League Cup's probably not big enough to win, but if you can win the Premier League, and they haven't won it for 24 years.
Yeah.
22 years haven't won it for.
Yeah.
So that's a long time.
Yeah, it is a long time.
To come back and win it. It looked terrible now.
Versus, like, the Champions League would be great, but I think people would still be talking about if they won the Champions League and not the Premier League. I think people would still be talking about how did we lose the Premier League?
Absolutely, yeah. And obviously got some big games coming up. All the eyes will be on the Etihad on the 22nd, I think, is it? No, 19th of April.
Yeah.
So all they've got to do is set their stall out. It's up to Man City to go out and attack Arsenal. If you see the League Cup final, I think it's quite close, wasn't it, for half an hour? First half was pretty even. Then second half, they stepped it up a bit, Man City.
Yeah.
A little bit like Liverpool. The weekend, I thought the first half an hour, Liverpool were banging the game, didn't they?
Yeah.
Salah had a couple of chances.
Yeah.
If he scores that, it's a different game.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden, they get that first goal, the penalty, and then he gets that crucial second goal before half-time, and game's over.
Game's over, yeah. Angelina, you're going to be coming back in all morning?
Well, about
10
15 minutes' time, I'll wrap up.
Right.
Yeah, I've got to try and get to the match reporting, so I can't be here all morning. Do you know what I mean?
What time's kick-off, Angelina?
1:30.
Oh, 1:30.
I've got to be there a few hours before.
You got loads of time.
Yeah.
Coming up, we're going to find out how much Rory McIlroy's Masters dinner bill was.
look at the fact that Chelsea have done 600 million worth of transfers in the 25-26 season and paid 65 million agents fees. Now go look at Aston Villa. Aston Villa have done 70 million worth of transfers, 57 million worth of sales, and paid 38 million pounds in agents fees. So when you look at the ratios, you go, you did 120 million worth of business and you paid 38 million, which is about 25-26%.
Right.
Chelsea have done 600 million worth of business and paid 65 million. So whilst the numbers look horrible and in the scale of things enormous, in the representative terms of what business has been done, they're not enormous. Now, then you take the losses. Chelsea got 100, however they got it and however they concocted it, they got 125 million pounds worth of profit last year. We know how they did it. They sold their women's team and a whole raft of other things.
I'm going to get to that.
So the PS, well, that was what they were allowed to do, right? And in previous times,
I agree.
In previous times, Man City and Chelsea were allowed to build football teams with impunity, and Newcastle can't. So we all are a product of timing, and we're all a product of opportunity, and we're all a product of creative outcomes based upon the circumstances that we operate in the time that we operate them in. So I look at this and go, yeah, they've made 250 million pounds of losses, right? We are, if they're not worried about it and they believe they can cover the gap between the PSR and also the consequences of squad cap rules that they put into place, that they've got consequence on already, then that's their business.
But it's up to us to observe it. And if Chelsea are the biggest spenders on agents and the biggest spenders on transfers and have the biggest losses, how on earth can I...
This is talkSPORT Breakfast on Easter Monday with Arnold Clark. It's the perfect time to upgrade your car. Get 2 years free servicing when you buy a used car in the upgrade event. Check it out online. I'm Jamie O'Hara Ray Parlour alongside me. Now, that of course, a bit of a Chelsea dagger by the Fratellis. And why are we playing it? Because after Chelsea's 7-0 demolition of Port Vale, that song was played for every single goal scored by the Blues. Ray, Chelsea gone a bit Tim Pop with the old goal music? What's going on there?
Well, I think they need some sort of lift, don't they?
Yeah, they do.
After what's happening in their club, all their, their pretext losses and all that sort of stuff, and too much money they've spent, and they've, Champions League football. Can they get in that this year? I think they're a little bit disillusioned at the moment.
Yeah,
Chelsea fans. They don't know what way the club's going. They don't know.
They don't believe in the project, do they?
With Fernandez coming out with I wants to live in Madrid, and then Cucurella saying that.
Yeah,
that's all
what do you
need.
make of all that? Because
that's all you need.
Racinia's had to, he had to drop it.
It always happens when they go into international break.
Yeah.
People are going to ask questions. I don't know if footballers are a bit stupid sometimes. I mean, they know it's going to get back with the internet.
I mean, you were sat here, so...
Well, but you don't give nothing away when you're in international break. And I suppose they might drop their guard a little bit, being in their own country or whatever, and maybe talking to people who they trust maybe.
Yeah.
But it's going to get out there, isn't it?
Yeah.
This day and age, you're always going to have it. It was like... Sometimes with Patrick Vieira, when I was playing, it was always, Patrick, ain't you left yet? It was always, he's leaving this summer, he's going this summer, he's going this summer.
Oh,
He always stayed.
He always stayed, yeah.
And we always... You know what I mean?
But do you think, I guess that's a different era, right? Because, you talk about, you make a good point, like Enzo Fernandez is a big player for them. Do you think the players would be like, obviously, they would have seen the interview. Do you think they'll be giving him a bit of stick? Or do you think it's different now?
I'm sure. I hope there is a bit of banter still in the dressing room. I'm sure there is. And you can make a joke out of it in the end.
Yeah.
And he whatever. The fans don't really want to hear that though, if I'm being honest, because he is one of their top players.
Yeah. Well, he paid 100 million for him.
Well, absolutely, and he's in that
Wants
midfield.
to live in Madrid,
and they love him at Chelsea. They really love him at Chelsea. So, but look, it was expected, wasn't it? Port Vale bottom of the league, aren't they?
They're struggling.
They're struggling big time. It's just a nice payday for Port Vale, if I'm being honest with you. Good luck to them. They need a bit of financial help. Every club down the second division, first division need a bit of help. But they was never realistically going to go there and get any sort of result, was they?
No, they weren't.
It's a little bit, 7's a little bit too many. 4 or 5, they could have took their foot off the pedal a little bit. Even the last minute penalty one, come on. 6 is a little bit better than 7.
Yeah, do us a favour.
Do us a favour. Just, if you're a player for Port Vale, you'd be sat in Chelsea page. Come on. Just, we won't really try, and you just keep the ball. And we call it 5-0 now. Done. Shake hands.
Shake hands. Get out of here.
Can I have your shirt as well? That's a Port Vale player.
Right, let's talk about the Masters. Tomorrow, the annual Champions Dinner. This year, Rory McIlroy's turn to pick up the tab after finally snagging the green jacket. Reported bill will be a whopping 10 grand.
What's nothing, is it?
That's not. It's
10 grand to Rory?
10 grand.
Oh, that's like playing the odds and tails for 5 pence or something.
Yeah.
10 grand. I mean, that's cheap, isn't it, for him?
Yeah, that's well
no
cheap.
Champagne or
I was expecting when it says 10 grand here, I was thinking
that's a little bit more. How many people that? Three people? How many?
All the people that win the Masters.
Well, that again, what Rory's made in his career is like amazing.
Yeah. You ever picked up a 10 grand bill, Ray?
I would say I would love to say I have, but I haven't.
No. The cobwebs in your.
We don't really go to them sort of places, mate.
No.
Have you? You know,
I've had a few big bills.
Well, maybe my wedding. That's about it.
I had my stag do in Dubai, and I picked up a few 10 grand.
Oh. Well, Dubai's a different matter. Yeah. My stag do was the Sandown races, so a little bit different.
Did you?
Yeah, that was back in the day. This is the
a good
this is
day.
the 90s, mate. You know what I mean? You weren't even thought about going abroad.
No.
Back in the day. But yeah, I mean, look, I'm sure lots of players go out now and get bills, and you take people on holiday.
You're meant to split the bill, though, aren't you? Right? This is my problem with my.
Well,
mates,
when you
right?
stag do,
you go out. You got to split the bill. Everyone goes right. No matter what it is. We all.
You know what you got to do, Jamie? It's very, very simple. You go into a pub. How many of you is all put in a whip? And it's in a glass.
Yeah.
Whenever you're buying drinks, take it out of the whip. And when that whip runs out, put another score in. Or whatever it is.
Yeah.
And it makes it more simple. Everybody's on the same level.
I know.
You know what I mean? Because you get times when you buy all the drinks and then people go, they don't buy you one back.
Yeah, I know.
And
I had that on
it's very, very easy to just do a whip. Every single night, every single afternoon, whenever you're going out, there's 10 of you. Let's start, say 50 quid in a whip.
Yeah.
That gets us going.
That gets us going. Right? That gets us going.
Right, we can have one drink each, then we've got to put another 50 if you go in Dubai.
Yeah.
It's a little bit different, but that's
500.
It makes it a lot more simple for everybody.
No, I was always the last man standing on the stag doing, and they come up with a card machine.
They're waiting for you.
You know, they've got the card machine, and that's my bill.
If you start yawning, they're like that. Oh no, I know we got to go now. We got to go now.
There's another bill. And you got to pay that bill, and then they can bring over another bill, and you're like, hold on a minute, what's going on here? Where is everyone?
Yeah, well, they shouldn't be coming to your stag do. Just for you get free drinks.
Yeah, it's
they
shambles,
should be fine in as well, mate.
Shambles.
Being honest,
it was a shambles, mate.
And your wedding's coming up as well.
Yeah,
another
prenup.
Is she up yet, you missus?
The good thing is I've got nothing to lose now, bro. Yes.
Oh, that's all right then, mate. She's got to enjoy it now. You've learnt your lesson, so hopefully you have.
Right, let's talk about a bit of golf. talkSPORT's golf reporter Sean O'Brien is here now. All right, Sean.
How you doing, Sean?
Morning, guys. How we doing?
Yeah, all right, Shawnee. Look, just on the Masters dinner, obviously, I see the menu. It looks all right. Good menu.
Yeah, I kind of expected a little bit more Irishness on there, to be honest. I mean, he's got the bacon wrapped dates as one of the appetizers, which is kind of like a nod to his mum's cooking, which is really nice. You guys mentioned how much it all costs. No Guinness either. Rory McIlroy wins the Masters. There's no Guinness at the Champions Dinner. But there is kind of thousands of pounds worth of wine. And I always think with the Champions Dinner, the thing that confuses me about it is, I mean, these guys are competing in the Masters 2 days later, and they're just kind of off on a jolly 2 nights beforehand. I mean, you think with all the sports science and stuff like that, that wouldn't be the thing to do. But the main course is, I think it's a choice of filet mignon or seared salmon. But yeah, I wonder if Rory just could have gone a little bit more kind of Irish with this. It didn't kind of blow me away when I saw the menu, I have to say.
Just talking about the Masters, it's probably one of the most pinnacle thing to watch, isn't it? Apart from the Ryder Cup, I think the Ryder Cup's the best golfing tournament to watch. But obviously Augusta, just the greens and everything about it.
Have you been there?
I've never been there.
I've been.
It looks.
Ray, when I tell you, it's unbelievable.
But outside it, it's not the best.
No, well, it's not great outside.
No, but the course itself.
But the grounds and everything about it, mate. Honestly, I've never seen anything like it. What it looks like on
immaculate.
TV is exactly what it looks like.
Yeah.
It is incredible.
But I think it's great viewing. I mean, I don't know who's the favourite. Is Rory the favourite this year?
No, I'd say Scheffler's always the favourite when it comes to the Masters. I mean, no one has played Augusta as well as Scotty Scheffler over the last 5 years. He's won 2 green jackets. He's always in contention. But Scheffler hasn't really been at it this season. So it's wide open, really. I think Rory will be kind of among the favourites, but again, hasn't really been at the top of his game so far this season. And along with the Champions Dinner, he's also got all the other privileges that come with winning the Masters. He kind of plays host this week, so he's playing with his dad. Yesterday, some really nice footage of that, kind of really a special occasion for him. And I wonder if it will turn into a little bit of a kind of victory lap for Rory, because obviously what happened last year was just one of the most spectacular things I think I've ever seen in sport, never mind in golf, the ups and downs and the roller coaster of it.
Has anyone ever defended the Masters?
Yeah, I think 3 times it's happened. So Nick Faldo won it back-to-back, Tiger Woods won it back-to-back, and someone else did. I can't remember off the top of my head.
Right.
But it is quite hard to defend. It's not done very often. So I think the people you're looking at, besides Rory and Scheffler, would be people like Jon Rahm. I've been kind of tossing and turning between Jon Rahm and Bryson DeChambeau for my tip. But I'm going for Jon Rahm because he's been in electrifying form over on Live Golf. He won in Hong Kong a few weeks ago. That's his only win over the last 2 seasons, but he's always contending. He's rarely outside the top 5. You saw how good he was at the Ryder Cup as well. And he's been the second best player at Augusta behind Scheffler over the last 5 years. So he just loves this place. He's won a green jacket already. I suppose the only question would be, does Live Golf really work for him when it comes to the majors? He hasn't really turned up over the last kind of year or so.
That seems to be an issue, yeah.
I fancy
they've changed to 4 days instead of 3. So I wonder if that might actually help Jon Rahm kind of tuning up for the Masters and things like that. But watch out for Bryson DeChambeau as well, because he's won twice in a row on Live, and he'll be out for revenge after last year, because you see all the Rory documentaries they're making. I think they all go to quite great lengths to show that DeChambeau was the man that lost, because they've got that little rivalry going on, Rory and Bryson. So I think he'll be one to look out for as well. Always seems to be in contention at Augusta.
All right, Sean, thanks for coming on, matey.
Cheers, Sean.
Cheers, guys.
All right, still to come on breakfast.
Superstar Breakfast preview on talkSPORT with Travis Perkins. Download the new improved app to easily manage your accounts and quotes.
Now, as the Arsenal collapse officially on, their treble dream was buried. At St Mary's yesterday, they crashed out the FA Cup to Southampton. talkSPORT's Harry Symeou joined a warm-up yesterday and, in true Arsenal fashion, thinks there's a massive agenda against the Gunners.
Do we get animated as a fan base? Yeah, but isn't that natural when you haven't won the league in over 2 decades? So I do find it frustrating. I do find it irritating. I think some of the narratives that have been sort of created around Arsenal are ridiculous. It does feel like there's a lot of people against us.
Yeah, honestly, Arsenal fans, they make me die. 03717 722 3344. Is the bottle happening again? What happens if you end up with 0 trophies this season? Ray thinks Mikel Arteta will still be in the job. Up next, Sporting in the Champions League quarterfinals. That is going to be right here on talkSPORT. I'll be taking calls on the Sports Bar with Cundy. That was our breakfast preview with our good friends at Travis Perkins.
Superstar Breakfast preview on talkSPORT with Travis Perkins. Get free next day track delivery. Head to travisperkins.co.uk or download the app.
Is it nigh on impossible, Frank, to keep a lid on the hype surrounding Moses at the moment?
No, it's not. And the Zone had a massive rating for the fight. I think it's their highest rating this year for it, so I'm told. So, you know, he's people are well aware of what it, you know, who he is and what a talent he is, and he showed that certainly on Saturday. It was a very mature, you know, performance with a very durable, tough guy. And he'd done a job. He'd done a magnificent job. And, you know, look, that's the future of boxing. He's the future of heavyweight boxing. And I'd have no problem tomorrow making him with Mr. Usyk. I'd make it in a heartbeat tomorrow.
Question, Frank, for you. I mean, we had the other day on Talk Boxing Nikisa Badarian, who I know you'll know, and he talked about, and you don't need to be taught how to manage and match fights, right? That's not what I'm making the point here. I'm sort of sense-checking what he said. His attitude was, he would, if he was managing Atomy, it'd stick him in with Andy Ruiz in Madison Square Garden, because it gives an opportunity, A, to put him in against another decent fighter to give him another learning curve, but also breaks him into America by doing something Anthony Joshua couldn't do, which is knocking out American heavyweight that has some repute. Is that got some sense in that thinking?
Sorry, who was it who said that?
Nikisa Badarian, you know, Jake Paul's promoter. And,
and Nikita's a very good promoter, very, you know, and he knows what he's doing. We will be going.
Good morning, it's talkSPORT Breakfast. Me, Jamie O'Hara Ray Parlour. What do we know this Easter Monday morning? Man City catching Bernardo Silva is set to leave City this summer. Caroline Dubois floored and bloodied Terry Harper before outpointing her British rival to become the unified lightweight world champion at London's Olympia. And Leeds reached their first FA Cup semi-final for 39 years. They beat West Ham on penalties. Dominic Calvert-Lewin's penalty put Leeds 2-0 up. Stoppage time goals from them sealed a big comeback. Leeds boss Daniel Farke spoke to talkSPORT after the game yesterday about the achievement of reaching Wembley.
Oh, tired, relieved, proud of my boys because I think we started excellent, could have made our life a bit easier with being a bit more composed in possession after the 2-0 lead and perhaps to score the third goal. But yeah, we're Leeds United, we never do it the easy way. And of course, on the other side, there was also a team who was highly motivated to fight for the semi-final. They were able to find a late equaliser, and I'm proud that we were able to keep our nerves and in the end to celebrate and to reward our great supporters and everyone who's connected with Leeds United. It was a big win and a nice chapter of history again. So first semi-final since the 80s. It's a great feeling.
Yeah, Daniel Farke there,
It was a great FA Cup tie, wasn't it?
Proper tie.
I mean, I thought Leeds had West Ham had no chance. They didn't look like scoring.
No.
And that's why all the fans left.
Yeah, it was funny.
And when they're coming back in, I was texting Ali McCoy. He was on commentary, wasn't he? I went, Ali, you've had a mare. You're going to miss your flight on the way home now from City Airport.
Well, it was 11
and he was
minutes.
texting me back going, oh no. I said, no,
11 minutes added on. Yeah, and then you're thinking, hold on, they've played 103 minutes here, and then the clock goes back to 90, and they've got to do it all again.
Well, I started watching that game, obviously, when it kicked off. What was it? 4:30, wasn't it?
Yeah.
And I was 8 o'clock it finished.
Yeah.
I hope Ali got his flight on the way home. That's what I can say.
Right, let's look at the latest EFL action in partnership with McDonald's.
EFLers on talkSPORT with McDonald's. Got big McDonald's hunger? Order delivery on the McDonald's app today. From 11 a.m, 18 plus. Fees apply to delivery orders. Subject to availability. Price may vary.
How can you not love the EFL when it throws up moments like this?
Here's Hawk!
Ball's come back to Zamora! Tick off again! City fans can't believe it. What a match!
Windass! Quite simply destined to be from Team Windass.
We're in London. Hey, we're in London, aren't we?
Leeds can beat you 4-1. They're a fantastic team. But we had someone in the bushes that day twice this season now.
No sirve para nada.
I didn't know I would have such a reaction.
That ghost didn't head one in on Saturday. We didn't defend properly, you great chicken nugget.
We hear that Jimmy Glass, the goalkeeper, has scored for Carlisle.
You just never know which twist any game is going to turn next.
Must I forever be a beggar?
Everyone loves the EFL. Angelina Kelly is with us to look at today's big games. Angelina, there's some whoppers.
Yeah, I wanted to kick things off with Lincoln City in League One. They will seal promotion to the Championship if they get a point at Reading at 3 p.m. today. Adrian Durham is hosting Game Day Live from Reading. Or they can go up if Bolton and Stockport both fail to win. I mean, realistically, they're up already. They've got such a superior goal difference than everyone else beneath them, but they still need to mathematically get over the line.
Yeah.
Would you be up for playing them, Tottenham away, Lincoln?
No.
What's their stadium called, James?
The Lincoln City Ground.
Sincil Bank.
What's it called?
Sincil Bank.
You played there?
No.
No.
No, we done it the other day with Ali. And he tried to get me, and I said, who was the two brothers who managed them? You know that.
What do you mean?
Essex.
Oh, the Cowley brothers.
There you go. He didn't get that either, Ali. So.
Oh, yeah. Where are they doing now? They done all right.
They're Colchester.
Oh, are they, yeah?
Yeah, Colchester.
The Cowleys, yeah. I mean, look, fair play to Lincoln, So, if they get up, they deserve it. They're flying. And they're going to have a big Premier League team to play, that's for sure.
Yeah.
Whoever it is, whether it's West Ham, Forest, Spurs...
Looking at the games as well, Angelina today, Championship. Yeah. That early kickoff one. Oh, Portsmouth-Oxford.
Portsmouth
are right down the bottom, aren't they? They're fourth from bottom, and Oxford are second from bottom. But there's a point in it.
Yeah, Jamie, do you fancy your own club staying up? It's. They're a point outside the relegation places and have a game in hand.
Yeah. They've had a tough season, Portsmouth, actually, and I always keep an eye on it because I loved my time down there, and.
It could ease the nerves a win.
That is a whopper. That is a huge game today.
And of course, it's live on talkSPORT.
It's live on talkSPORT, so it's a whopper of a game. I'm going to back them to stay out of it, but look, got Leicester down there as well, which is just out. That's just outrageous seeing Leicester down there.
Well, they've got Sheffield Wednesday, don't they? So Sheffield Wednesday, obviously, well down. So they've got to win that as well.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
And then suddenly you got West Bromwich Albion, Blackburn Rovers. Would it go up to Charlton? Charlton will probably be all right when they 8 points.
Charlton, I think, are fine.
Yeah.
I've watched Charlton enough.
Ipswich, big day for Ipswich.
Yeah.
Today. Birmingham City, because they've got 2 games in hand. They win the 2 games in hand, Angelina, go second.
Yeah. I mean, this race for second is well underway.
Come on the wall.
Millwall have
Come
done...
on the wall.
They are technically my local team. They're the closest team to where I live.
where I'm from.
So, Alex Neil's done a brilliant job.
Unreal.
And like you say, Ipswich have got 2 games in hand. Borough have got a tricky trip away at Swansea at 5:30.
They're in unbelievable form.
Yeah.
Like I just didn't expect this from Millwall, because it gets to this stage of the season and Millwall, they'll always be there or thereabouts. They might sneak in the playoffs and then they'll get beat. But this season, they have been relentless.
I think they've got to go all, mate.
I agree.
Yeah.
With
They're going to playoffs.
I agree with you.
We know Coventry will get over the line, but who else is it's got to be them joining as well.
Well, I think Millwall, if they don't finish second, I don't think they'll go up, because I just feel like there's teams like Southampton will get in there who are in great form. And, they'll play them, they'll be flying, and you get that team who sneaks in there and they cause an upset.
Yeah.
Millwall have been there and they're fighting to get promotion. So I think, look, if they go up, what a story. It'd be the first time in the Premier League for them. So it'd be a great story for them. And hopefully they get it done.
I think they've got the lowest budget as well, one of the lowest budgets in the league.
They've done a brilliant job. And then obviously you've got Coventry, Frank Lampard set to end their 25-year Premier League exile. Wild to think that people were doubting that appointment last season when he came in and replaced Mark Robbins, and it looks like the right decision now, doesn't it? Because he's done brilliant.
Well, I think Mark Robbins was a little bit unlucky as well, wasn't he?
Yeah.
At the time, I think they got to the semi-final, didn't they, at the FA Cup?
Yeah, and steered them through a lot of financial ownership issues, etc., etc. But it looks like bringing Lampard in, there was a lot of question marks, but he's proved himself.
I'm so pleased for Frank, because you want to see young English managers getting an opportunity, don't you?
Yeah. Yeah, and
you want to see Steven Gerrard back in the game. You want to hopefully get John Terry of a job, and all the guys who've done so well for England. They seem to bring a load of managers from Europe because they sound like they're good, but and our managers don't get an opportunity.
Nothing's guaranteed, is it? And I think him going down this route is a good way to do it, to kind of earn your stripes in that sense. Because as much as these former players are excellent, nobody's guaranteed to be an excellent manager. And the fact that he's gone and done this work, I think it's really.
Well, I think for him as well, like being like the Chelsea, he was Chelsea manager.
Yeah.
Like then to have the kind of the cojones to say, all right, you know what,
it dropped out,
hasn't worked out, but I'll go in the Championship. I'll prove myself. I'll go and do it at Coventry. All right, Coventry a big club, but they're in the Championship. So fair play to him, because a lot of people go, no, I've been a Chelsea manager. That's it. I'm staying. I'll wait for another Premier League job.
It says a lot, doesn't it?
It's a job he couldn't turn down, though, could he? If someone comes up to you and says, "Do you want to be the Tottenham manager?" you go, "I've got to take it," even if they're in a bit of dire straits at the moment.
Don't know if I can go in there and make a difference, Ray. Might struggle, mate. Might struggle.
You give it a good go. You'll be all right.
Yeah. We'll be playing Lincoln.
Yeah.
All right, that was thanks to McDonald's. Coming up, Arsenal are set to win nothing. 03 717 22 33
Yeah, fellas, on talkSPORT with McDonald's. Got big McDonald's hunger? Order delivery on the McDonald's app today. From 11 a.m, 18 plus. Fees apply to delivery orders. Subject to availability. Price may vary.
When we look at the end of the season, let's talk about the title race and the run-in. Manchester City and Arsenal going head-to-head. Arsenal, obviously, in the prime seat right now. They've got Bournemouth at home, City away, Newcastle and Fulham at home, a trip to West Ham before they host Burnley and have Palace on the final day. One extra game to be played by Manchester City. They're away at Chelsea. This isn't this weekend, of course. They're both playing in the FA Cup. But when the Premier League does return, Manchester City will be away at Chelsea. They'll host Arsenal. They're away at Burnley and Everton. They're at home to Brentford, away at Bournemouth, and then 2 home games to end the season against Villa and Palace. When you look at the run-ins, who do you favour?
Arsenal. I think they've got a better run-in, and from Arsenal's point of view, if they can't get that done, I'll be shocked. Yeah. I'll be shocked. I think they've been brilliant all season in terms of the way they've managed games, the way they've won games. Going back to that, they've just won games. They haven't been brilliant on the eye at times. Who cares in their camp? Who cares in that dressing room? Just get it done. And now when I'm looking at the run-in, that is a favourable run-in for Arsenal. They've got the Manchester City game. They can even afford to lose that. People are talking about the final the other day. Well, you can lose that game, and I still back you to win all of the other games anyway. So, if they don't do it, I don't know. If they'll never do it if they don't do it this season.
I think it has to be Arsenal, who have a 9.
Aguero, Solskjaer, Deeney, Watkins. Sure, you know all about those last-minute goals, but have you heard the one about the on-loan goalkeeper who saved his temporary employers from disappearing out the Football League and into almost certain financial oblivion? Back in 1999, Carlisle United, managed by Nigel Pearson, were fighting to stay in the Football League. Carlisle's finances were precarious with a capital P that season, leading to a scenario where, with 3 games to go, they had to ask the FA to sanction an emergency loan deal to bring in a goalkeeper. Swindon Town's Jimmy Glass arrived at the club. His efforts in his first 2 games earned the Cumbrians 2 draws. Those vital points meant that Carlisle went into their final game of the Division 3 season, now League 2, needing to beat mid-table Plymouth Argyle in front of their own fans and hope their relegation rival Scarborough didn't win against Peterborough at home. The game at the McCain Stadium finished 1-1, and with the same scoreline at Brunton Park deep into injury time, Scarborough's fans invaded the pitch en masse, believing their Football League status was secure, convinced they'd done enough to stay up. However, there'd be one more plot twist, what they'd just witnessed. As for Jimmy Glass, he became an overnight celebrity, but he never played for Carlisle again, and his playing career never really kicked on after that defining moment. He took on various jobs outside of football before finding his way back into the sport as player liaison officer at Eddie Howe's Bournemouth, and most recently the general manager at non-league Wimborne. Not the fairy tale ending to one of the most Hollywood moments in football, but the name Jimmy Glass will live on forever as the scorer of that goal, arguably the most important in any club's history.
Yeah, good morning. This is talkSPORT Breakfast with Arnold Clark. Shop the upgrade event today. Get an extra £500 when you part exchange your car. Don't miss your chance to boost your valuation. I'm Jamie O'Hara Ray Parlour alongside me. On the way for you this morning, we're going to be asking Liverpool legend Mark Lawrenson if Arne Slot is on thin ice after being battered by City on Saturday. Leeds on their way to Wembley. Former striker Jermaine Beckford is going to come on, tell us if a trophy's on the way to Ellen Road. We'll get Ray's expert breakdown of the boat races on Saturday.
What was it like? Who won it anyway?
And it's happening again. Arsenal are starting to bottle it.
Southampton lead again, and that may well be the goal that takes the Saints into the semi-final. Arsenal are sent crashing from the FA Cup.
Now is the moment to show what we are made of. When you win, it's easy.
The quadruple dream is over. It was over against Man City. The treble dream was done and dusted.
Yeah, despite Arsenal fans telling everyone for months that they're going to win everything, it looks like the crumble is happening again. Broadcaster, huge Gunners fan Harry Simeu thinks everyone should be a bit nicer to their fan base.
I get there's tribalism in football. It's part of what makes football brilliant. But I find it amazing that we're in a title race with a team that are, and I have to be careful when how I say this, are accused of breaking the rules. We don't know that they are, okay? They're accused of breaking the rules, yet everybody wants them to win the league. We went into the season competing with a Liverpool side that spent over 400 million in the summer and we're coming into it from a position of champions. Yet the noise around us is so much louder all the time. Do we sort of get animated as a fan base? Yeah, but isn't that natural when you haven't won the league in over 2 decades? Yeah, it does feel like there's a lot of people against us.
Honestly, the amount of guff that comes out of Harry Simeu's mouth.
Well, that's what it's all about. I mean, as players, you wouldn't look at the press. You wouldn't. You wouldn't.
No?
Well, I don't think you'd be bothered about it. You just got to worry about yourselves. Just go out and do your job. Simple as that. I mean, when we went Invincible season, I mean, no one looked at it and said, "Oh, look, the press is." We didn't even think about that. You're just trying to win football matches every game.
Yeah,
and Arsenal
it's different now, though, Ray. Don't you think with the players
social
and
media,
social media
I
and
suppose,
everything?
I know when I've had
a lot more accessible.
I know when I've had a bad game. I don't need another million people to tell me. So if I was managing now, I'll say don't even look at your social media if you play poorly.
Yeah,
because we know you've had a bad game, and we got to put it right, sort of thing. But I can see what you're saying. But look, there's still a long way to go in the season. And as I said before, at the start of the season, if you said to me they're going to win one trophy and it'd be the Premier League, I'll be absolutely delighted.
Well, let's speak to Arsenal podcaster Johnny Cochrane joins us. Right, Johnny?
Right, Johnny.
How you doing, guys? You all right?
I'm all right, Johnny. What's happening to your mob? It's all going wrong.
I mean, listen, Jamie. You might be glowing right now, but there is also a reminder of the fact that you're in a relegation scrap. So
don't worry about us. Don't worry about us.
Those in glass houses. Listen, I came on here a couple of weeks ago talking to Ali, and I was saying about the quadruple and suggesting that it was on in the sense that every competition that we were in, we had a chance in. And obviously the last couple of weeks have been damaging on that front because that much is over. But the treble's still on, obviously.
What do you mean?
Yeah. Well, we win the league, we win the Champions League, and Tottenham go down. Happy days, Jamie. Happy days.
You'd celebrate that as a treble as well.
I think we would. I mean, you've got DVDs for a lot less than that in the Tottenham fan base. But alas, look, if we want some real analysis, I've got to be honest. This is the first one where I have to say that I think the manager should really come under some critique based on the last couple of weeks. I quite like the fact that all the players were getting withdrawn from international duty. Cry more to all the other fans, like we're not doing it the right way. We need players who are locked in, intense, feeling like they're all pulling in the same direction, because momentum isn't completely with us right now. We're going to need to will this thing over the line.
What happened against Southampton?
So the issue with Southampton is we made wholesale changes. I don't mind the fact that he played Kepa again, because ultimately it's the FA Cup. It's probably going to be his last game this season. But there are certain players that he gave an opportunity to who let him down. People who, were coming in. I didn't like the performance outside of the assist from Kai Havertz. You got Martinelli, who laid an egg out there, not good enough. all across the back line they're making mistakes. Miles Lewis-Skelly didn't show himself in glory yet again. Gabriel was even making mistakes. Kepa was liable. But the issue for me with Arteta is we don't really have a backup way of playing, a plan B, if you like. Now, I don't mind that because I think he's built his castles on solid foundations. We are very hard usually to break down and score against, and we're very good from set pieces. That's the kind of thing that over a long period in a league can win you a league. But in a cup game, when
you're like, well, a lot of these guys have not been playing on a regular basis.
Never played.
Training. No, but I'm saying, I'm the same.
Jamie knows he never played.
I'm the same if I was coming back from injury. No, what I'm saying, I don't think they realise how good Southampton were, and but they piled on all the pressure in that first half. But on the break, Southampton with the what's his name on the left?
The lad on the left, I can't remember his name.
Cienzi or something. He was brilliant.
Cienza.
He was a great. He was fantastic with his pace. And you know, it's a game where when it went back to 1-1, you're thinking, okay, you know, all you got to do now, stay in the game. You're going to get an opportunity, and you win the game. And the second goal was an awful goal to give away. I know the first one was a bad mistake from Ben White, but the second goal, he just run through for the whole middle of the park. No one tackled him. Someone's got to make a decision to go out and engage him and tackle him and make a challenge or somewhere along the line.
Tackle him!
Oh, it was a little bit like Ryan Giggs when he scored that wonder goal.
Yeah.
You remember that one, Johnny?
I do remember that one.
Down at Villa Park, 1999, replayed FA Cup, and you got Martin Keown, you got Lee Dixon, you got all the top defenders there. Tackle him! Someone tackle him! God's sake! And next minute he's in the back of the net.
Johnny,
that was mortifying, that game.
Johnny, just on Arsenal, right? This season, because I was speaking to Ray a little bit earlier, and I said, say the unthinkable happens, right, and you win nothing. Does Arteta stay in the job?
I think that very credible conversations will be had about his position, if I'm honest, and the fan base would be split, but it would be, you know, and obviously this is stuff that is just going to be music to your ears right now, Jamie. We understand why you've asked the question, but it's a valid one either way.
Well, it can happen.
Think that the nature of the way that we would crumble, and it would be a crumble from this point, would mean that it would be an inflection point, and there would be some people who say, I just can't get back on the rodeo again. What's to give me belief that next year is going to be any different? I do appreciate everything that you guys were saying, and I think they're valid about like the changes that were coming in. But ultimately, this is against a team that is in a lower league than us, obviously. And I think there's a lot of credibility for the fact that when you make wholesale changes, the continuity and the fluidity of the team is affected. If you've got a core that you can almost just put extra bits onto, then the base is what keeps them solid and focused. Whereas if you make 10 or 11 changes, it's lots of people, you know, adjusting on the go. And so I think that Arteta also knows how important this is. This is an existential season for Arteta. If he wants to maintain in the job, if he wants to keep pointing to the process that we were sold on, then we have to deliver a big trophy this year. This is why, in isolation, the Carabao Cup was never going to be enough. That was not going to be a pound of flesh this year. It was going to be window dressing. The league or the Champions League is fundamental to the continuation of this process, because otherwise, if we were to... This would be a bottle. There's no question about it. This would be a bottle if we come up short now. And I don't think we will, by the way. I don't want to sound too... I think we're going to get the league anyway. Champions League is what I've had my confidence slightly shook on, because if we are having two big games, knockout football in the space of 2 weeks, and we've ultimately not been good enough in either of them, then I don't know how anyone can feel more confident that we're going to be able to navigate trickier ties in the Champions League, even though I do think we should have enough in the league.
Johnny, just on the big players at Arsenal, because some of them, like Odegaard, Saka, you know, considering that you are top of the Premier League, there is question marks over their performances.
Oh, massively. I mean, look, whatever way this pans out, I think that some of these guys, you know, I could name... I'm not sure the captain will be at the club next year, personally. The way it feels like something's not quite right. I'm not sure the manager and the player are in sync there. When he's at his best, he can be, you know, an absolute top talent, but we've seen decreasing levels of form for at least 18 months out of him, and it also becomes, the old classic saying of the best ability is availability. And when you've got these guys just constantly succumbing to injuries, at some point you've just got to shore it up. We brought Eberechi Eze in, and he's got injury concerns as well. We can't have like a patchwork quilt of injury concerns all over the team, because at some point you can come unstuck. So I definitely think that their performances should be called into question. This is the worst season Bukayo Saka's had since he's been at the club, and he needs to pick it up. And I love Saka and I believe in him, but he's, to not espouse that this is a poor season for him would be just being dishonest. So I think that he and a few others, honestly, if we're going to get over the line, particularly in the league, I think it's going to be our new signings that get us over the line. All of a sudden, Big Vic up top, he's got the Bane mask on again, I know that would have hurt you when he scored a goal coming off the bench. And if he can just nick a couple of goals in this run-in, that's the kind of stuff that really repays the transfer fee and endears himself into the hearts of the Arsenal fans.
Johnny, you're a star, mate. Thank you.
Nice one, guys. That was lovely.
Arsenal podcaster there, Johnny Cochrane. Up next, we're going to be talking about whether it's ever acceptable to leave early.
Thomas Tuchel's thrown Foden's World Cup hopes into doubt with some comments that he made to the media, Gabby. Here's an interesting one. He was excellent in camp, but he struggles to show it on the pitch. He was so good in training, and I thought he will just surprise us. But yeah, he struggles to have the full impact. It was put to Tuchel that he could not take a struggling player to the World Cup. I can, he replied, but the question would be if we will. It's not a guarantee that he will come. Now, to be fair to Phil Foden, I think there's only about 5 or 6, well, maybe 5 or 6, but there'll be more, about a dozen guarantees.
Yeah.
But there'll be about maybe 6, 7, 8 that aren't guarantees. And I think Phil Foden has now come into that category, Gab. I mean, we've got to be concerned for him, don't you agree?
I think the problem for me, Ali, is that his form for Manchester City has been incredibly bad for Phil Foden. You know, he come on in the 90th minute, Ali, in the cup final against Arsenal. Got 0 minutes in both games against Real Madrid.
I know, mate.
In his last 11 games, Ali, he's only played a total of 183 minutes out of 990 available minutes. 0 goals this year. We're already in April, Ali.
Yeah.
And even for his country, Ali, he's not performed. He's only got 4 goals in 49 England caps. He should be at his peak now at 25. Never done it in an England shirt. And those comments from Thomas Tuchel, I look at them and I'll say, Thomas Tuchel likes you. He likes the career you've had. He likes you as a player. He's brought you into the squad, even though you didn't deserve to be in it from club form. And you look like, at the moment, it sounds like a training ground player.
You are listening to talkSPORT Breakfast. Me, Jamie O'Hara Ray Parlour. Now, for the first time in 39 years, Leeds United are heading to the FA Cup semi-final. They beat West Ham in a thrilling game at the London Stadium.
Tanaka was there having a shirt pull, but a lovely turn from him, and he scored brilliantly. 9,000 Leeds United fans willing him on. Calvert-Lewin scores, and for the first time in 39 years, Leeds are heading to the FA Cup semi-finals. Bowen comes in field, fires in the shot. Oh, it's hit the inside of the post, but it's turned in by Fernandez. Traore's ball in. Oh, goodness me! It's guided in. Dazassi with the equaliser. West Ham have scored twice in added time. That's why he should never give up in the FA Cup. Pascal Struijk tries to compose himself, and Struijk hits it, and it's in off the post, and Leeds United have done it. They're into their first FA Cup semi-final since 1987.
Yeah, we're Leeds United. We don't ever do it the easy way.
Absolutely gutted. My son wanted to leave at 2-0 down. We left. Heard it when we got to the tube station 2-2. We were elated. Went to the pub. Fair play to Leeds. Bought 9,000 and they didn't stop singing all day. So fair play to those boys.
Spare a thought, though, for the thousands of Hammers fans who spotted leaving at 2-0 down, only to try and sprint back in when the comeback started. More on this, delight to say, is actor, West Ham fan, Charlie Quirk joins us. Right, Charles? Charlie? Charles, you there?
I'm here, mate. I'm here.
All right.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, we got you. Charles, let's be honest, right? Were you one of the fans that left the game early?
I wasn't, Jay. I'll be honest. I was there in the ground until the bitter end. Yeah, there's not much more I could say. It's the hope that kills you with West Ham. That's what it is.
To be honest, right, Charles, I was watching the game. It was and you never looked like scoring, right? You were poor up until the 90th minute. Then the 11 minutes went up, and all of a sudden there was a bit of a, I don't know, it just felt like something was going to happen. And then it just out of nowhere, West Ham looked like a decent side.
I mean, it's what we've done all season, really, since we've had the resurgence after losing to Wolves and Forest and beating your mob, Jamie, if you remember that at your stadium. Yeah, I'm sure you remember that.
Kick-started your season.
Yeah, I mean, maybe so. 11 minutes was a bit surprising, and I think the players thought that as well and thought, hang on, we can do something here, and they turn up for extra time and the added minutes, and then it's just heartbreaking, isn't it, lads? But I thought the boys, what they did in the last 15 minutes of added time and then extra time was quite something, and like a different team had come on the pitch.
Yeah, Charlie, just a couple of disallowed goals as well, wasn't there? I mean, it was an unbelievable cup tie, really, when you look at it. If you're a neutral watching that game, you was on the edge of your seat going, oh, what's going to happen next, sort of thing. And the times, I mean, as I said before, I started watching at 4:30. I think it's finished about 7:45.
Yeah.
And you could sense there's a mistake somewhere along the line. At the last 10 minutes, and in the end, it went to penalties. About the youngster, the goalkeeper coming off the bench. I mean, that was unbelievable. What an experience for him to be in a penalty shootout in the quarterfinals of the FA Cup, his first ever game for West Ham.
Yeah.
And I felt for him a little bit after that first penalty. You're thinking, oh, well, I hope he does well and hope they can do it, because this will be the best day of his life forever if he can somehow get through. But, in the end, the experience probably come through. But they showed a bit of spirit, West Ham, and I think that's what they've got to do to the end of the season now. It's going to be a real tough battle between Spurs, Nottingham Forest. I'll still put Leeds in it as well. Leeds in that relegation battle. And yourselves, it's just that next game. I don't know who you're playing next. I don't know. They've got a hold.
We've got Wolves on Friday night.
Yeah. Wolves, whoa, that's the one.
I'm
sure the manager was looking at that. And Somerville, how far is he away? You need him back as well, because he's such an important player for you.
We do. We miss that little bit of pace, little outlet as well. Hold his head high. He really can.
Yeah. Look, just on that, you've got Wolves before Spurs play Sunderland, so potentially you could put Spurs in the bottom three before that game. This is a massive moment in the season for West Ham, because if you don't do that, it might feel like it's slipping away from you. But Wolves are a good team.
They are. They've turned the corner now. I mean, when it gets to this point in the season, it really is game by game. Do you know what I mean? You don't know if you're going to be in the bottom three, like you said, come Saturday afternoon. So 90 minutes really can make or break your season every week going forward now. So you know, it's a blessing in disguise that it's been moved to Friday night because we're in the driving seat.
Yeah,
we've got to beat Wolves after them turning us over, and you know, then it's back on Spurs, back on Leeds, you know, back on Forest. That makes them see what they can do on Saturday, Sunday.
Charles, do you think you're going to beat the drop?
Jamie, I don't know. I wish I could give you.
I'm hoping.
Not convinced there, are you, Charles?
Mate, do you know what? It really is. Every week I change my mind. I think we've got enough fight and spirit to give it a good go. I think we're not the most out of form team. I think the boys care more than some other players in other teams. But you don't know when this point in the season. It really comes down to the characters you've got in that dressing room that care. And they've got to show that. And we showed that in those added 11 minutes. You know, I think Disasi's been incredible since he come on loan. He's got something to prove. You know, he's fighting for a career. And I think we've got a few lads that are doing that to keep their Premier League contracts alive. I don't know if Tottenham have got the players that are doing that, really. They can go somewhere else. So,
I hear you.
But honestly, week in, week out, we don't know. We don't know.
Do you know what, James? The bookmakers, look, we'll ask Coral later.
Yeah.
They're looking at a two-horse race. Who goes down, West Ham or Spurs?
Really?
They're looking at even money West Ham. Spurs about 13-8, 6-1 Nottingham Forest.
Yeah.
And Leeds 13-2. Leeds pal the bottom size, by the way. Wolves, Burnley, Forest, West Ham.
They've still got some tough fixtures though. They're not out of it.
They played you the other day.
Yeah, they need Nottingham Forest. I just think Nottingham Forest would be fine. Yeah. I probably agree with you. I think that is between West Ham and Spurs. Got to hope that Roberto De Zerbi comes in and makes a difference. You know. I think that it can't get any worse for Tottenham right now. It can't get any worse. You know, like I don't know. It can't get any worse.
Sunderland's a tough game away, by the way.
It is a tough game. Charlie, we'll let you go. Thank you, mate.
All the best, Charlie.
Top man, lads. Thank you for having me. Appreciate it.
All right, actor and West Ham fan there. Charlie Quirk was with us. Do you think it's acceptable to leave the ground early?
No, because it's a Sunday, and you know everybody's got a day off next day.
Yeah.
Sometimes on like Champions League, when it's late and you might have to get work. You might have to get work, and you know it looks like you ain't going to win the game. Which, to be fair, West Ham fans didn't think. I didn't think they could win, get back in the game. If I'm being honest.
No.
But I always think you've got to support them to the end. And to be fair, let's give Leeds fans a lot of credit as well. They were superb.
They were always good.
Do you know what? 9,000 fans. You know, on a Sunday afternoon down to London.
Yeah.
You know, them trying to be packed on the way back. It'd be buzzing on the way back. By the way.
Oh yeah.
You'd be going back to Leeds and. You know, that's what it's all about. The fans have a brilliant day out. And, you know,
unbelievable day.
On the edge of their seats, weren't they? At one stage, it panned on them when they went 2-2.
Yeah.
They think, oh no, we're going to go out. But then, obviously, that's the emotion of football, which is brilliant.
All right. Unlike Arsenal celebrity Piers Morgan, who's gone missing after saying Arsenal will win the quadruple, Arsenal fans, we want to hear from you. Can you still win the double? Dean Saunders as well. He's going to be coming on. He's got a scathing admission about Virgil van Dijk. All right, Cundy.
Hello, matey.
How are you?
I'm all right, thank you.
How you feeling?
I'm all right. I'm okay, yeah.
Gone well?
Yes, so for those that don't know, the hair transplant last Thursday.
Yep.
A couple of days off.
Yeah.
Back in today.
You're looking well, mate. You look well.
So far.
You look hard.
Well, well, the head's been shaved, right? So there's always got the image, haven't you? Like of a bit of a thug.
Yeah, you look like you're going to be on like Football Factory or something.
Yeah, but look, it went well. It's such a weird process. I mean, you're in the chair for about 8.5 hours. It's all done.
I mean, that's hell for you, right? You can't.
Oh, mate. Well, they gave me. I fell asleep halfway through it. They give me sedatives. Yes, I struggle to sit still, mate. But
struggle?
I struggle to sit
Impossible.
Still. Yes, but they're sedatives, mate. They work their magic. But here we go. So the big.
Mate, I like it.
Well, we'll see. It's
the new Cundy.
The new version.
The new version of.
No, improved. Don't know about that.
It looks all right, mate. I'm happy with it.
Yeah, well, look, big shout out to the Wimpole Clinic. Thank you very much for what they did. And we'll see the results, mate, over the next coming 3, 4, 5, 6 months.
You've got to have a haircut, mate. What's the haircut look? What's the trim? You
Don't know.
Quiff?
Don't know what I'm going to go for, mate.
You look all right with the old skin.
Listen, I'm not having a hair transplant and then looking like this.
No?
I'm not. No, you don't have a hair transplant and shave your head.
It's all right, though.
Well, for the time being, I've got no choice. Yeah. I've got no choice. This is how it's going to be. All right, so there you go.
You're making me die.
Yeah, it's a bit. I mean, did it hurt?
Boxing. It's a sport that makes multi-millionaires out of the world's best fighters, but it's not as flush with cash as you'd think. We all see how much the likes of Tyson Fury or Canelo Alvarez make every fight, but that's not the case for those just starting out, or those who aren't even at that level. For example, if you've just turned pro and don't have a promoter, you have to sell your own tickets, cover the cost of the venue yourself, and pay the tax man at the end of it. You might not even break even, but if you do, you're looking at 5 to 10 grand max. A mid-tier fighter might make more like 10 to 50 grand, but you still have to give up half of that in costs. So unless you're fighting for a world title, it's tough to make money. One potential way of doing it, though, is being a journeyman. Here's former European champion talkSPORT's Spencer Oliver explaining how that could work.
They want to fight every week, and they can be going in against the prospects, so they can demand good money, and they might be demanding like 5 grand, 10 grand for a 6-rounder or something because they're going in with a prospect. He gets through that, the journeyman gets through that fight, and he can fight again next week.
I mean, even so, it's not much, and you're getting punched in the face for a job. It's only really at the top level, i.e. fighting for titles, where you're earning up to 6 figures and can afford a diamond chain or that Ferrari. So boxing isn't a sport that allows you to retire at 40 and live a life of luxury. Much like a lot of other sports and jobs in general, it takes an awful lot of luck quite early in your career to really make it worth your while.
Breakfast with Arnold Clark. Buy a used car and get a free 2-year service plan. Plus, get an extra £500 when you part exchange. Shop the upgrade event today. Jamie O'Hara and Ray Parlour are your hosts this morning for Liverpool's season. Went from bad to worse with a 4-0 defeat to City. Virgil van Dijk said afterwards, obviously you come out with the right intentions from the dressing room after half-time to hopefully score for 2-1 as soon as possible to change the game. The opposite happens, and to come back from 3-0 is obviously very difficult here, but also you shouldn't give up, and that's a maybe. At a certain point, what happened? Joining us now to react to it all is someone who unbelievably managed to convince Liverpool to pay a record fee at the time for him.
One thing about Dino, he will never give up.
Never give up. All right, Dino.
Thanks, Ray.
I'll tell you,
that idiot.
You should run people into the ground, Dino. Don't know about that.
Hey, Ray, let me tell you, mate, he was my gaffer at Wolves and he definitely give up on me.
Well, there's some things you can't, you just got to hold your hands up sometimes, Jay.
How about you, Dino? We've lost him. What's going on?
He's had enough.
Oh, he's had enough already.
He's had enough.
We talked to him about being Wolves' gaffer, and he's bottled it. We'll wait for Dean to come back. We'll talk about Liverpool while we wait for him. They're not having a good time.
Well, it's not a good sign when you look at the stands as well. I mean, they took a massive... And the supporters were brilliant, Liverpool, in that first half. I think the first half out was very even.
Yeah.
Could have gone either way. And Man City had a couple of chances. Liverpool had a couple of chances. And I know it's an old cliche, but the first goal in games like that is always a very important goals. And if Salah can score, I don't know what's happened to Salah. I know he's leaving at the end of the season, but he looks like. Would you start him? I don't know.
He's a shell of a
yeah,
player.
It's horrible to see.
It
Really.
looks like he's lost a yard.
It's not nice to see because he's been such a great player for the Premier League over the years. Liverpool, he's been absolutely different class. He's right up there with the best who's ever played for Liverpool.
Yeah,
I don't know. I didn't fancy him in that penalty at all.
No.
When I know it was a little bit of time, and but. And Trafford, by the way, he's been brilliant in goal.
He's done all right.
I know Donnarumma's come in and he's number one, but whenever
I think Trafford will eventually be.
But he's been when he's played in them. I thought he was brilliant at Wembley against Arsenal. I thought his distribution was great. Everything was good. What he does as a goalkeeper, so he can hold his head up by what he's done so far this year.
We got Dino back. All right, Dino.
Hi, lads.
What's happening? You ain't got internet up there. What's the matter?
I think they pressed the dump button again.
He's about to say something, yeah.
Dino, just on Liverpool, we're talking about him having a terrible time. Van Dijk, though, you're not happy with him?
No, I don't know. I think that's just a bit of clickbait from Sim. I haven't said that, but I can understand what he was saying and what he was trying to say. He's the captain. He's got to come out. The fans can see. I think there was 8,000 fans there, and most of them left the stadium after an hour. So you can't go on there saying we were unlucky. So he's tried to be honest, and he is the captain. But I could sense Van Dijk's not been happy since the start of the season. I'm not sure he's happy with Quirk playing alongside him at left back. I think he'd prefer Andy Robertson there. And if you look at Liverpool's back line, just start at the back. Obviously, the keeper's not playing. Kelleher's gone. They've lost the left back and they've lost Trent at right back. And they look all out of sync most weeks.
Well, Dino, you look at the right back itself. I mean, they're taking their turns, aren't they? Szoboszlai's been in there, right back. And then obviously, they Gomez was there the weekend. But for me, you being a manager yourself, that back five is so important as a group of players. You need a solid back five. I mean, I played in some great teams and Dean's played against them. Tony Adams, Steve Bold, Martin Keir, Lee Dixon, Winterburn, Dave Seaman. And they didn't change that back five. And you always had a chance when they're so solid at the back, and you could always nick a goal going forward. That's when you're going to win football matches. They look so all over the place at the back, don't they? And they give you a chance, don't they, Liverpool, to score. I think Dean's done a runner again.
What's going on with we lost him again.
Do you know when it all went quiet there? I thought there must be a problem because Dean don't stop talking.
Never
usually.
shuts up. What's going on with this guy?
I said there must be a problem. There he is.
There he is. Look, we've got him on YouTube. He's frozen.
He's frozen now.
Dean, what's going on, mate? Come on.
I don't know.
Sort your computer out.
I'm on at 5:30 today. I'm on later on anyway with Max Scott on the phone in. So replacing you because you've been promoted. Somehow they've promoted.
Oh, well,
he's frozen again. Hopefully you're not doing it from home, Dean, and you're coming in, because if that's the standard of sound quality that we're going to hear on talkSPORT later, you're going to struggle.
Am I back? Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you, Dino.
Yeah, and there's a few things. Obviously, the back line takes months to get in sync and come up at the same speed.
Oh,
he's gone. Phone him back, boys. Yeah, we'll leave him. Honestly, Dean Saunders. Look,
he's back on later on, and he's brilliant, Dino.
Yeah, I love Dean, and he's great fun.
Do you know what? He's the most energetic fella for his age.
I know. He thinks he's 25.
Oh, we was at Cheltenham. He went, I've got a dinner tonight. I said, what do you mean you got dinner? You got to do this with me tomorrow as well. And like in the because Alan couldn't do it. Obviously, he weren't too well. He went all the way down to, I think he went up to Doncaster from Cheltenham.
Yeah, comes back.
And he come back the next morning and he was in the box with right as rain.
Mate, I'll play golf with him. I'll play golf with him, right? And he go, we'll play at the London club, and he go, well, I've got to shoot, I've got to go to Bath. I'm like, what?
What, to have a bath?
Yeah, I'm like, what do you mean? He's like, yeah, I'm in Bath tonight, and then I've got to go to Liverpool tomorrow, and then I'm back in London for talk.
I think he needs a bigger safety, no?
Oh, he loves it. Loves a pound. He loves a pound note, though, Dino, doesn't he? Well, Dean Saunders was there, but he's gone. We'll try.
There is a lot of problems at Liverpool, and PSG in the week is going to be a real test for them. Going there, and they're just starting to pick up a bit now. PSG, aren't they? They're just starting to get in the rhythm. They seem to always peak at the right times. PSG with the team they've got. So it'd be interesting to see what Liverpool do when they go there. Obviously, there's some cracking games in midweek. Real Madrid, Bayern Munich, which will be an unbelievable game.
Yeah.
Sporting Arsenal as well. That's tomorrow. Barcelona, Atletico Madrid. Paris Saint-Germain, Liverpool.
I know.
So, top games.
That is a massive game, and it is a huge game. It's going to be. We're going to have you covered on talkSPORT. Just on Man City, they did thump Liverpool, get to the FA Cup semi-finals.
Cracking goals, by the way.
Yeah, good goals. They're a good team. Mate.
The header.
They're a proper team, though.
The header from a.
They're not like Arsenal. They're a proper team.
No, they know what they're doing.
Yeah.
That's what I can say. They've been there and done it. They've won trophies. But that second goal, the movement from Haaland, he just took Konate out and then bang, run across him. And the ball from Semenyo was different class. And the header, the way he just guided it, the pace was on the ball. People don't realise you ain't got to head it, you just got to guide it. And that's what he did, Haaland. And even the third goal was a brilliant goal. The way he just sat back and off the crossbar. So credit to him.
Yeah. The assistant manager, Pep Linders, he seemed to reveal that Bernardo Silva is on his way out of the club this summer.
But the most important is that the seniors who stay for a long time, that they stay, that the core is there. And around that, you can move. But it will be hard because, how I said, in the game, when he's not playing, you will see how he's missed. And that's one game. Imagine a season. So, but every good story comes to an end. Huh? And I hope he enjoys the last months, because only 6 weeks, and has a good farewell, and he deserves all that attention as well.
Top star, isn't he?
Bernardo Silva, what a
different class. I mean, his energy shows for his age as well. I mean, he's always on the ball. Rodri in midfield.
I wouldn't let him go.
They're so well. I don't know what the circumstances of his contract. Maybe he wants to go. I don't know. I don't know what the situation. Will he go to somewhere like America or something like that?
I don't know what he'll have lined up. I remember when they let
Gundogan
went, didn't he? And they was like, yeah, you let go, and then he ended up coming back. Like he's one of them. Like when I watch him play, obviously you see players they reach maybe they reach the top of the mountain and they go down the other side. We've seen that with Salah, I think, but Bernardo Silva has still got so much energy the way he plays.
I don't think he's missed hardly any games for injury. No, I mean, it's amazing how fit he keeps.
Fit.
Yeah.
And he's someone you need in your camp. If I was Pep, I'd be trying to convince him to do one more year.
Well, he must be so important for around the dressing rooms with the young lads as well.
Yeah.
Coming through, gives them experience and tells them how to be a professional footballer, because he's been such a role model for so many people.
£43 million they paid for him.
Is that right? He's won 6 Premier Leagues, hasn't he?
Yeah, it's outrageous, right, what he's done.
His medal count is fantastic. But yeah, I mean, if he does leave, I'm sure every single Man City fans will always look back and say, what a player.
Yeah.
There's not many people I think everybody, 100% of Man City players, fans will say, what a player.
He's a legend, isn't he? He is a legend. Right, still to come on breakfast.
Superstar Breakfast preview on talkSPORT with Travis Perkins. Download the new improved app to easily manage your accounts and quotes.
Everybody's good at cooking something, and I'm good at cooking crumble.
Yeah, the only place serving crumble at the moment is the Emirates. They've lost the Carabao Cup final, dumped out the FA Cup by Southampton. The bottle job is happening again. Arsenal fans, we're taking your calls. Are you panicking? What happens if you end up with no trophies? Give us a call, Easter Monday, 03 717 22 3344. That was our breakfast preview with Travis Perkins.
Superstar Breakfast preview on talkSPORT with Travis Perkins. Bricks on bricks on bricks. Over 40 million available to order with delivery to site. That's one less thing to worry about.
What about Mo Salah? With Saudi in mind, is he now the most eligible free agent around?
It's a strange one because Saudi sources
sense that MLS are going to make a big push, and MLS sources think he's nailed on to go to Saudi Arabia. And as a free agent, of course, there might be European interest. I'm told that reports linking him with a move to PSG are wide of the mark. They're past that Galacticos era. Within MLS, a fair few teams have ruled themselves out, such as San Diego, for example, and New York City FC. But there will be franchises in MLS exploring that deal. Some think that Chicago might enter the fray, and others believe that one of the two clubs in Los Angeles will be interested within Saudi Arabia. We know the clubs themselves would love to be able to sign Salah, particularly Al Qadsiya, where Brendan Rodgers is manager, Al Ittihad and Al Hilal. Neom FC could enter the picture as well. But the strange thing I'm hearing in Saudi, Jim, is that the clubs would love him. They've got to be able to finance it. They're reliant on central funding, and central deal makers are still actually debating, is there value in signing Salah at his age and at his wage? Last summer, they would have done it because they were negotiating the TV rights and they thought that they could sign Salah and get a really lucrative deal in Egypt. Now the central deal makers in Saudi are less sure whether he's still going to be the poster boy and have a return on investment. So the clubs are all in on Salah in Saudi, but some senior central figures still, I'm told, need some convincing.
Good morning, this is talkSPORT Breakfast, me, Jamie O'Hara Ray Parlour. What do we know this Easter Monday morning? Leeds will play Chelsea at Wembley after reaching the FA Cup semi-finals. For the first time in 39 years, Man City will take on Championship side Southampton. Arsenal will be playing no one. Get dumped out on Saturday.
Nice rest.
Yeah, good rest. Christian Romero said, the truth is, I'm not exactly having the best time at Spurs. In the recent international break, his father has revealed he has a way out of the club by saying there's 2 more years on his contract with Tottenham, a very high release clause. Tottenham won't let him leave for free. It's between 37 and 53 million pounds. Yeah, and the rest, mate. Celtic just about scraped past Dundee yesterday. Their boss Martin O'Neill was asked if the 2-1 win kept them in the title race.
Absolutely, this is it. You know, we've played last, and we've played last for a number of weeks now. You know, and that is difficult. You're trying not to think about what has happened in the either the previous day or previous a few hours earlier, but really for us today to win, we had to keep it, and win we had to do. You know, you're sick of me saying it, we've no room for error at all, and today if we had dropped points here, that would have been very difficult to fight back.
Yeah, I mean, unbelievable at the top of the table in the Scottish SPL. Hearts on 67, Rangers on 66, Celtic on 64. I mean, fair play to Martin O'Neill. What a job he's done since he's gone back in there. I mean, it was a disaster that they let him, when he first went in there, they replaced him with that guy from the MLS. I can't remember his name, but he was an absolute disaster.
Yeah, it was a wrong decision straight away.
Probably would have won the league.
Martin got them back to playing basic, but he said they missed a load of chances. They've got to take their chances a bit better in front of goal. But Rangers have come from nowhere, and they've done. I think they're favourites to win it now. Rangers,
Well,
they'll be favourites. Hearts probably second. Celtic will be second favourites. Hearts will be the outsiders now. I think it's a split. I think it's a split this weekend. Next weekend's the last game, and then they split.
And then they split and they have to play each other.
All play each other.
Yeah.
Which is, and do you know what? It's never been like this for many, many years.
Yeah, it's good. Well, normally it's a 2-horse race, but we actually have proper.
But one of them has run away with it already by now, probably. Celtic usually in the recent years, but Rangers now are looking a good side.
Who would you put your money on?
I think I'll go Rangers.
Yeah,
I'm going to go Rangers to win it. I think. I think Ali'll be happy. Ali McCoy. He's happy how it's all going at the moment. But I think they've got a momentum. I know Celtic will be there and thereabouts as well because they're top side. But and they've got a great manager there, Martin O'Neill. But I've got a funny feeling Rangers might do it.
Yeah, I mean it's unbelievable. Fair play to Rangers and Celtic for getting themselves back in it because Hearts looked like they were going to do it, but. It's all to play for up there, that's for sure. It's going to be great. Bit of heartbreak on Saturday, though, for Del Boy Derek Chisora in what could have been his final ever fight.
Your winner by split decision, the Bronze Bomber, Deontay Wilder!
Yeah, Chisora suffered defeat in his 50th fight, but he hesitated to confirm his retirement when joined in the ring by his family. For Wilder, though, he's called out Anthony Joshua. Joining us now, talkSPORT boxing pundit Gareth A. Davis. All right, G-Dog?
Good morning, The Chunk.
Good morning, Gareth.
Romford Pele, how are you?
I'm good, matey. I'm good. Look, I watched this fight. It was, to be fair, I really enjoyed it. It was a brilliant fight.
It was mayhem-filled, error-strewn. It was a battle of two old lions in silk shorts tearing at each other's manes. It was, I don't know, it was one of those kind of bombastic fights that lives long in the memory, even though it was about who had the most left. I think Deontay Wilder was a convincing winner on points. No one could have predicted that it would go 12 rounds. It was a turnout, as you say, for the swan song of Derek Chisora, 50th fight milestone, but it pivoted into the resurrection of that fight between Anthony Joshua and Deontay Wilder that now looks on the cards after 8 years in the making.
Yeah, and that should be. You saw Anthony Joshua and you see his fight. Eddie Hearn was smiling because he's going, well, happy days if this happens. But yeah, can you see that happening then, Gareth? Is that certainty to happen? What is he now?
Definitely.
Well, he's what's he now? 40.
41, yeah. 40 coming up, yeah. 40
and he'll be coming to end of his career as well soon, won't he? Surely.
No question about that, but what he's done is revived the ambition in himself and proven that he can go in against someone who has tank-like qualities in the ring. I mean, I said it on the broadcast. I think Deontay Wilder, his legs look gone.
Yeah.
But there's still a desire in him and an animation in him that he wants to fight on. I mean, Eddie Hearn and Anthony Joshua played the double act on Saturday night with Eddie's new signing, young Henry Pollock, alongside him, the England rugby player. It was star-studded, and when Anthony Joshua came in the ring, obviously came into the arena, obviously the horrendous things that happened to him at the end of last year, there was a great outpouring towards him, which was really amazing in the room. It really was a celebration of British heavyweight boxing, as I say, for the swan song of Derek. But there were great kind of contretemps with Wilder and Joshua passing each other a couple of times, and obviously I have the privilege of interviewing a lot of these guys at the event for us for talkSPORT Boxing, and there's no question that Deontay Wilder called out Anthony Joshua on his way out of the fight, and Anthony Joshua gave him that steely look. That fight's on for me.
Okay, I mean, it'd be a great fight. I just think Anthony Joshua. If Anthony Joshua comes to, in the ring with the right frame of mind, I just think he knocks out Deontay Wilder. Look, Deontay Wilder, it was a good fight, but Chisora, I thought, done well. We caught him with some big punches. The overhand right, he was getting him with it. He just didn't have enough. He took it, to be fair, Deontay Wilder, Gareth, but I thought he was a bit scrappy. I think if he comes up against an Anthony Joshua, he'll get knocked out.
It was a very messy fight, but what Wilder showed was physical resilience, which we weren't expecting. We weren't expecting him to be that resilient. We thought that Derek would bury his head in on his chest and work away at him, and that given those two kind of batterings that he got against Joseph Parker and particularly Gilles Zhang, that Wilder wouldn't be able to withstand it, but he was able to do it. He's still dangerous with his right hand. He's still got power in that right hand. Derek absorbed some very big punches. There was controversy, of course, because Derek's cornerman came in the ring in Alex Dimitriadis in the first round. Derek was helped back up. There were so many. It was a very controversial fight in lots of ways, but I do agree with you. I think Anthony Joshua will be a big favourite in that fight against Deontay Wilder, but it just rounds the era, the narrative of the era. All the fights we wanted to see maybe happen, but they're happening very late.
Gareth, I was going to ask you about Tyson Fury. I don't know a lot about his opponent. I'm sure you can tell us a little bit more. What is he going to expect? But will that ever happen? I mean, everybody wanted Tyson Fury v Anthony Joshua. You know, Tyson Fury does win.
It'll happen.
If he does win, is there still on the cards maybe one more big fight? And they will certainly sell out everywhere. If they wherever they want to do it, it'd be a big money fight, wouldn't it be?
Well, I do hope that Eddie Hearn and Anthony Joshua turn up at Spurs on Saturday night for that one, because Arslan Makhmudov will give Tyson Fury a big test. He says this is his moment to prove that he belongs up in the top echelons of the division again. Tyson Fury saying at just about to turn 38 this August. This is his opportunity to show he's still got it in him. He ought to outbox Makhmudov, who's not difficult to hit, but comes forward and is very aggressive. I think 21 knockouts in his 23 wins. He's a big man, 6'7" himself, to Fury's 6'9". It'll be a good night. Conor Benn and the saga of Eddie Hearn will be in the co-main event as well. So it's a really big night for heavyweight boxing again, because if Fury wins on Saturday night, we really are moving towards Joshua having one more fight in his comeback, and then obviously Fury and Joshua later in the year.
I watched a really good matchup actually last night, Gareth. Ellie Scottney, she become undisputed in the is it super bantamweight? But it was a great fight against Flores, and then obviously Caroline Dubois won as well.
It was. Caroline Dubois was very, very good, knocking down Terry Harper and winning on points very conclusively at Olympia. Jake Paul and Nikisa Bedarian's MVP promotions. Ellie Scottney, you know, is a very special fighter against a slightly shorter but very aggressive Mexican who didn't stop throwing hooks all night, did she?
Ridiculous. I didn't say anything like it. It was ridiculous.
It was one of the fights of the year, definitely. But what Ellie Scottney had was great boxing skills and speed. The youngest male or female ever to win the undisputed title from Britain, so congratulations to her. And Jake Paul, I'm sure some of your colleagues would love this, Jamie. She got bought a car by Jake Paul for the victory. The G-Wagon.
Yeah, so, nice G-Wagon, yeah. Straight on eBay, that would be. Give me the cash.
She can't drive though.
You know what? She can't. Ellie can't. No, she ain't got a driving license. No, she ain't. She can't drive. I know she's a family friend of ours, and she ain't even got a driving license. I think so. It's pointless having a G.
Does he know that?
She's a wonderful fighter and an amazing person, and joy to be around Ellie Scottney. I think she genuinely is a star in the making.
Yeah, she was really good last night. I thought she was fantastic. Gareth, you're an absolute star, mate. Thanks for coming on, Gareth.
Yes, guys. Happy Easter.
And you, Gareth A. Davis there. Up next, Arsenal fans, the crumble. Is it on? At the FA Cup, Champions League tomorrow night. Don't be Piers Morgan. Front up, face the music. Live on talkSPORT Breakfast.
Yeah, I know, Ali, I got in trouble with you and Cass yesterday because you accused me of basically coming in and causing absolute chaos with the Mark Cucurella and Chelsea story. So I've got another one for you today. I thought, why not just carry it on?
Good on you.
And I thought we'd carry on with Chelsea and Enzo Fernandez, because Enzo Fernandez in the Chelsea firing line. Chelsea players have been unimpressed with his leadership on and off the pitch during the team's dramatic slump in form. He's berated teammates on the pitch, been vocal in the dressing room. Obviously, he's a vice-captain at Chelsea. He's put his own future in doubt. He has hinted at Real Madrid. He then recently has said on a stream whilst on international duty about how he'd love to live in Madrid. I mean, he ain't really playing hard to get, is he? It's giving a little bit desperate. It's not a good look, is it? As a Chelsea fan, you'd want him out if he's behaving like this.
Well, listen, if he doesn't want to be there, it's very, very difficult for the manager or the players, you know, to want somebody in the dressing room and that. They've got the potential to be a bit of a rotten apple, if you like. And I just think there's a few boys, particularly in international duty, they go away and then they get caught up.
They forget, don't they,
Yeah,
their place?
they do. They think that, you know, that these.
From the Toffees to the Tractor Boys, the Eagles to the Seagulls, Gunners, Bees, Hammers and Magpies, Premier League teams have got a load of crazy nicknames. Ever wondered where they came from? Let's start with Everton. They're dubbed the Toffees, but why? Well, because when the club was formed, just down the road there were two local toffee shops. Ye Ancient Everton Toffee House and Mother Noblet's Toffee Shop were big fan favourites. Next, they say if you can't beat 'em, join 'em, and that's exactly what Ipswich Town did when it came to their nickname. The term Tractor Boys used to be chanted by their opponents as a way of putting the team down for their farming background. But during one game back in the late 90s, Ipswich were 1-0 up and they decided to flip the script. 1-0 to the Tractor Boys, they sang, and a new nickname was born. Let's head to Leicester, famous for more than just a red, well, orangey cheese and Jamie Vardy. Leicestershire's also the birthplace of fox hunting, hence the Foxes. Next up, turns out apples are not the only fruit that don't fall far from the tree. Bournemouth's nickname, the Cherries, comes from the fact the club's stadium was originally built right next to a bunch of cherry orchards. This next story actually involves two club nicknames. It started with Crystal Palace. They were having an absolute nightmare run back in the early 70s. They'd been relegated after a terrible spell and manager Malcolm Allison decided enough was enough. He wanted a new nickname, something strong, fast and destined for success. Something exactly like an eagle. But there's more to this one. Brighton were in search of a nickname too, and Palace finally gave them what they needed. In a heated match between the two back in 1976, Palace fans began chanting, "Eagles, Eagles." And some clever Brighton fans came up with the perfect reply, "Seagulls, Seagulls." Not all club nicknames have a crazy story though. Take the Gunners. That just comes from the fact a group of munitions workers in the Royal Arsenal factory in Woolwich set up the club in 1886. On the flip side, some nicknames seem simple, but there's a bit more to them. Like West Ham. The Hammers is actually nothing to do with the ham part of the name. It comes from the fact the club used to be called Thames Ironworks FC and was made up of workmen and shipbuilders. So next time the away end's chanting their crazy nickname, you'll now know exactly where it came from.
Come from a land down under, where men go
Yeah, good morning. This is talkSPORT Breakfast with Arnold Clark. It's the perfect time to upgrade your car. Get 2 years free servicing when you buy a used car in the upgrade event. Check it out online. I'm Jamie O'Hara Ray Parlour alongside me. Why are we playing that? Land Down Under. Well, because Ray can't take his eyes.
I'm watching
the Aussie Rules game happening on the
what.
cinema-sized screen in our studio.
It's fantastic.
Geelong Cats 62 against the Hawthorn Hawks 64. It's a hell of a game, this.
I tell you what, you've got to be mobile in this game. They're
How
so
big's
fit.
the pit? Look at the size of the pit. It's like double the size of a cricket.
How many players? We were trying to work that out, weren't we?
I reckon they've got...
be 30, isn't there?
I reckon there's 30 players on the pitch.
Plus.
Yeah, it must be 15.
Oh, 18 on each team. There you go.
Oh, is it 18? 18. I mean, this is proper Aussie rules.
Non-stop.
Non-stop. Go right through each other, don't they? No shin pads.
Oh,
Yeah.
they're proper athletes, these are, Jamie. Look, they're hard as nails as well.
Yeah,
they can smash each other, like proper go through each
They go
other.
right-
But a little bit like rugby, but no, it's
Great
some
game.
62-64.
Yeah, great game.
Brilliant
Hell of a
game.
game, that one. Yeah, it's live.
Anyway, what are we talking about?
I don't know.
So just watch this. We do a commentary of this all the next hour.
Our tech op, Jasper, he's an Aussie. So any questions, he's got the answers for us. But now the Arsenal season has spiralled out of control after another cup exit.
Opportunity for Fellows to come into the penalty area. Charge with a shot! Southampton lead again! And that may well be the goal that takes the Saints into the semi-final.
The treble dream was done and dusted, so now this has got to hurt.
We can now only win the quadruple, Champions League, Premier League, FA Cup and Spurs going down. And that is still on, Arsenal fans.
Arteta will say all the right things, but Arsenal fans are really, really concerned about where they are with injuries mounting up as well.
Do we get animated as a fan base? Yeah, but isn't that natural when you haven't won the league in over 2 decades? So I do find it frustrating. I do find it irritating. I think some of the narratives that have been sort of created around Arsenal are ridiculous. It does feel like there's a lot of people against us.
Honestly, Arsenal fans, they're all everyone's against us.
Great song, isn't it?
Oh, when Spurs get beat, we get absolutely battered. We're the talk of the town. Arsenal lose a couple of games. No, everyone hates us. Honestly, it's a joke. It has been a brutal few weeks for the Gunners. After falling to Man City, the Carabao Cup, and then they've lost to Southampton.
Panic.
Mikel Arteta spoke to talkSPORT's Alex Crook after their defeat on the South Coast.
What does it mean in terms of the bigger picture? Obviously losing at Wembley in the Cup final, now being knocked out of the FA Cup, suddenly from talking about 4 trophies, potentially it's down to 2.
This is the reality. When you are there and you are so close, you win it or not. And now is the moment to show what we are made of. When you win, it's easy for us, for our supporters, for everybody. Is now the moment that we have to show.
Look, Mikel Arteta there, obviously, he's got to try and stay positive. It has been a tough few weeks for Arsenal, Ray, and
yeah, you get that in seasons though. You have bad spells.
Have they been that great though, Ray? They ain't been great, Arsenal.
No, they've not been great, but you don't have to always be great, Jamie, to win football matches. And I've played in winning trophies in Premier Leagues in '98. No, we wasn't always great, but we somehow got a result. In March, in 1997-98 season, we got 13 points out of 15 for that month of March. We scored 4 goals, didn't concede none. So we ain't great football. We ain't beating teams 3 or 4-0.
Yeah.
You're winning 1-0.
Yeah.
We drew 0-0 with West Ham, 1-0 against Sheffield Wednesday, 1-0 against I think it was Man United, which was the big one away from home. Overmars scored, and 1-0 against 2 other teams. I can't remember them now. But what I'm saying, you don't have to be playing this brilliant football every week. It's all about getting over the line. And when you
but that team could play brilliant football.
Yeah, you could play, but you have to grind team. You have to.
I feel like Arsenal have grinded out a lot of results this season, and they've been a very steady side.
Well, that shows you the character of the team. If you could grind it out, results,
but can you win massive tournaments, massive competitions at the end of the season when it gets to it, without being able to, blitz teams?
Arsenal done that back in the day with George Graham. 1-0 to the Arsenal. That's how the saying come around. Yeah. I mean, you got a solid defence, which they have when everybody's fit. Timber, Saliba, Gabriel, and Calafiori or Incapia can play left back. That's a solid back 4. Got a good goalkeeper, which you need if you're going to be successful, which they have. So then you build your team in front of them to try and nick goals and this, whatever. You don't concede many, you always win a title. And at the end of the season, when you pick that title up, you don't analyse every game. I ain't going to go back to Fulham away and say, oh, we was terrible that game. How we got a result there?
Yeah.
You don't do that.
Yeah.
You pick the trophy up, you're the champion. It doesn't matter how you get there. And look, don't get me wrong, I'd love to sit here and say, oh, we want to win 3-0 and it's great football every week and it's brilliant to watch and this and that, whatever. But when you're watching great football every week, sometimes doesn't always come out that you're going to win a trophy.
But it does feel like it gets to this time of the season with Arsenal.
Well, they can't panic now. That's all I'm saying. The players now have got to look at each other and say, look, we're in a great position. How did we get in this position in the first place in the Premier League? Having this lead by doing what we've done, go back to basics, everybody works hard for each other, we've got quality, we can nick goals, bang, bang, bang. And that's what we've got to do now going forward to the end of the season. If we do that, we win the title. Simple as that.
Yeah.
If they don't do that, Man City could be waiting in the wings to say, well, we'll pounce on them and nick it at the end. But look, there's a long way to go. There's some massive games. Etihad, obviously, is the big game on the 19th. Whoever wins that puts them in great control. But look, it's Arsenal's to lose now. That's all right.
It is Arsenal's to lose.
And that's what the players have got to realise. You step it up now.
Yeah.
And Man City is still not guaranteed to win.
No, they've got to
game,
play
are
Chelsea.
They're still not guaranteed to win every game.
No, of course not. Of course not. Just, I asked you earlier, Ray, and it was quite early. I didn't know if you needed a coffee, but you said that if you don't win a trophy this season, you would still keep Arteta as the manager.
I think they will. I'm going by what the board are looking at. I think there's still progress to be made. There's still lots of players to bring in, I should imagine. He will strengthen next year. They will release quite a few players as well. There's a lot of dead.
Ray, if you don't win a trophy this season, there's no way Arteta stays in the job.
I think he does. We'll wait and see, but I really, really do believe he will stand.
There'll be uproar.
I don't think there's a. If you look around, who else you can get, I don't think it's.
That can't be the argument. Who else is out there?
Yeah, no,
the argument is
who's going to make it better than Arteta?
Oh, come on.
Well,
come on.
That's what I think the board are looking at it.
You're looking at a quad.
That's why they give him so much money to spend, because they trust him to get the job done. Now, if they don't do it this year, he won't get long next season, I must admit. I think they give him one more season to win a trophy, a big one. And if they don't, then obviously then they've got to really look. But look, I think they'd be split. Some Arsenal fans will say they want him out, and some say we want to keep him.
All right, Interesting to see. Let's go to Mark. He's an Arsenal fan. He's phoned us up. Right, Mark.
Good morning, Jamie.
Good morning, Mark.
Mark, how are you feeling at the moment with Arsenal?
So, Jamie, I just want to say, mate, from the start, when Arteta got the job, should never have got the job. He had no credentials to be given it. Now, on the back of that, he ripped up a team that was doing all right. Wasn't doing great, but it was doing all right. Made a European Cup final, in his first season where he took over.
They were finishing 8th every season. They weren't doing all right.
Yeah. They needed strengthening, mate, and they needed investment, which the board hadn't done under Emery. They never backed him, never give him the money. Now, Arteta's come in, he's spent over £1 billion, Jamie, £1 billion. And what has he won, Jamie?
FA Cup.
Well, you look at the return from the club itself. They only lost £1 million last year for business.
No,
model.
But Razor, what has he won, mate? All I'm saying is he's won nothing.
It's not easy to win trophies, though. People think it's
no, of course it's not. Razor.
That's why Man City win it every year.
That's why Man City was so good under Pep Guardiola.
You spend £1 billion, though, you are expected to win some trophies.
What's Tottenham spent?
Hey, Europa League. We won the Europa League last season, Ray.
Oh, yeah. That's a good point.
We can't compare Tottenham and Arsenal, Razor. Come on, let's not be silly.
No, I mean, anyway. Look, he's under pressure. Look, there's no doubt about, because he'll be realistic about it, Arteta. He knows that he's been backed by the board, which they have. I mean, I don't think Stan Kroenke is really involved in the club now. I know his son... He's took over and he's got a passion for football. I call it football. They call it soccer.
Yeah.
When we call it football, he's got a passion. So they're the tools. Now you've got to go and deliver.
Mark,
so he knows.
What I want to add, though, Razor, what I just want to add is I've always said we will never win the Premier League or the Champions League with Arteta. I said it 2 seasons ago when we was on to loads of trophies, 10 points clear, with 6 games to go, and we lost the league by a point because Arteta went to defensive football, try not to be beat rather than try to win. He's done that all this season, and he's had a bit of good fortune. He's had some good luck, some good set pieces. Now the league has worked us out. They know, attack us, hit the long ball, come at us. We can't handle it. We panic. and it's showing it now.
So do you think you're going to lose the league?
We won't win the league, Jamie.
Blimey, Mark, we don't want you in the dressing room to give a team talk. I mean, this could be a disaster. I mean, no Arsenal players are listening. Look, the Bournemouth game's going to be massive. We know that. Look, they've got Sporting Lisbon before that. It's always the next game. But Bournemouth will be massive the weekend because they're playing first. And you've got to get the points on the ball. You've got to get that 3 points on the ball. Now puts the pressure back on at Man City. But look, we'll have to. We can't really answer that question to the end of the season, can we? Because we don't know what's going to happen. I don't know what's going to happen. I'm just hoping that I think Arsenal will win. They've still got enough to get over the line. Yeah. And I do believe they've got enough. Yeah. So I'm going to stay confident that they will do it still.
Okay. All right. Well, Arsenal fans.
Good call, though, Mark.
Yeah, you can have your say on that. You want to give us a call on Easter Monday, 03717 223344. Coming up.
I'm not going out to the pub with Mark today.
No, you don't need it.
I was going down the pub, so he's put me in a bad mood now.
Ray is going to give us a comprehensive review of the Oxbridge boat race next. In terms of greatest Premier League managers, because if he does leave, he will go down as one of the greats.
Yes.
What's your top three?
Sir Alex, Pep, and Jose for me.
What?
They're
Jose Mourinho?
Yeah. What do you mean, Jose Mourinho?
Not Arsene Wenger.
Arsene Wenger was in the conversation.
Oh, you're putting Jose in there?
Yeah, of course I'm putting Jose in there. 5.5 years, three Premier Leagues. Arsene Wenger had
Premier League all-time manager.
22 years he was there, Arsene Wenger. Won 3. Jose 5.5. Won 3.
I mean, in terms of
Sir Alex, because he was there.
Sir Alex is no question, right?
No, he's the Don. He is the Don.
Yeah.
Right. He's the Don.
Yeah.
Pep's number 2. Can't argue because it's longevity as well. How long's he been there, Pep? Is it 9 or 10 years? I think I'm right in saying that. If it's not 9, it's coming up for 10.
26.
Okay, so 10 years. Okay.
Yeah.
He's won 6 Premier Leagues.
Yeah.
Come on. That's...
Yeah, no, but Arsene Wenger changed football.
Oh, he did?
Arsene Wenger, when he come to the Premier League, he revolutionised the game. He completely changed the way we play now, the way the Premier League is, what it's become, really and truthfully, was down to Arsene Wenger.
Without question, because Arsene Wenger changed the attitude. So I remember Arsene Wenger used to come in, used to get the players coming in on a Sunday for a warm down, right? And I was at Ipswich at the time. All of a sudden, I was at George Play. He's got us coming in for a warm down on a Sunday. What's all this about? Arsene Wenger started it.
Yeah.
So I drive from London up to Ipswich for a warm down.
Yeah, but he did. He revolutionised the game. He changed the way that athletes...
Yeah, but fans don't care about that.
your boat gently down the Thames. Get me a coat.
What's going on here, Ray?
Heading for Southend. This is what they made me do in a break. Ray, your boat.
It's time now to get Ray's review of the boat races at the weekend.
Merrily.
Come on in, Ray. We got through.
Okay, quick question for you, Jamie. What year did the boat race start? Oxford, Cambridge.
Oh, I'm going to go 1912.
1829.
Wow.
And how many in the race?
What do you mean? There's 2 boats in there.
That's a joke.
I don't know. It went over.
Okay. So anyway, so what happened this weekend?
Come on.
It all starts when the cocks get on the boat.
The what?
You know what the cocks are?
The cocks?
Yeah, they sit in the back screaming at everyone. You know, the ones who don't do nothing.
Right.
They just
They're the
go,
ones
hurry up.
Okay.
One cock's from Oxford and one cock's from Cambridge, obviously.
Yeah.
Then the cocks spend the whole race screaming, like I just said, at the ones with the pedal sticks in their hands to row a little bit faster.
Yeah.
They're losing.
Okay.
Especially if you're losing. In the men's race, the cocks on the Cambridge ship knew what was doing because he made them move their oars pretty fast to win by 11 seconds.
Who won by 11 seconds?
Well, that's a big win.
That's a big win.
But Oxford made it all well-earned draw in a race that could have gone either way by winning the women's race.
Right.
So it's 1-1, really. So we sent the cocks of talkSPORT, Nick Ellaby, to the finishing line. Let's see what he says.
Commiserations go to the losing crew, Cambridge University Boat Club. Sorry, my mistake. That's a typo. Commiserations go to the losing crew, Oxford University Boat Club. It's like the Oscars all over again. Now, let's welcome the winners to the podium, Cambridge University Boat Club.
That was not Nick Ellaby. That was Jamie Lane. He's an absolute mess. How can you get that wrong?
It's two-horse race. You've got the bloody wrong one. That is frightening.
Absolute shambles. Right, let's move on. Let's get the latest odds with Coral's very own Cox, Dave Stevens.
The Coral Daily Download on talkSPORT with Coral. We're here for the Grand National Festival. T's and C's apply. 18 plus gambleaware.org.
All right, Steve-O.
Gentlemen, a very, very good morning. Great show this morning. That bloke literally had one job to do, wasn't it?
Literally one job.
Call the winners in a two-horse race. Mind you, Ray, I'm not sure you're any better. You've just called it a ship. I'm not sure that's...
No, I'm reading my script. Wait a minute. Look, Jamie. Cambridge ship.
Yeah, they stitched you up there.
Well, look, I'm going to just say what is on the script, like Alan does.
Yeah, no,
Alan don't read the script either.
Oh, yeah, blame the numpties.
It's Alan's fault.
He's blaming Al. He's not even here.
It's Al's fault. Numpties.
Steve-O, loads to go at because we've got Champions League coming up. We've still got the FA Cup as well. Where do I start? Shall I go FA Cup outright?
Yeah. Let's start after a fantastic weekend. I mean, the game yesterday between West Ham and Leeds was, for a neutral like me, was absolutely fantastic to watch. Heartbreak for West Ham. It looked like, obviously, Leeds were going to cruise to victory. Then West Ham got back into it, and then, obviously, Leeds on penalties. Always pains me to say, but well done, Southampton. That was one hell of a performance, Ray. They were 8-9 to 1 shots.
Yeah, I think a lot of people fancy those, Steve. I think a lot of guys said they're going to have a squeak, and that's a big price, 9 to 1. I think that was a good bit of value there. Definitely a bit of value, which come out on top. A lot of people would have been on that, I should imagine.
Yeah, and then Man City, Liverpool, and that was a strange one because for about 35 minutes, Liverpool were arguably, if not the better team, were certainly bang in that game, weren't they? And then nothing hurt them like that opening goal. And then they needed half-time and it just didn't come and City ultimately ran away with it. Look, what does it all mean? It means Manchester City are 1-2, 2-1 on to win the FA Cup. Pep, we know, is a winning machine. 5-2 Chelsea, 10-1 Leeds, 20-1 Southampton. Ray, look, I'm listening obviously to various Arsenal fans' views this morning. You're still 1-8, 8-1 on to win the Premier League. I don't think there's panic button times yet, and that is the one. The team that wins the Premier League is the best team over the course of a season. You're still favourites to win the Champions League, which I'm not convinced.
Not.
They are, Jay, and I'm not convinced by that, by the way.
Can we have the relegation odds as well?
But I've been looking at this. I heard that, the Arsenal treble now is Spurs going down, and that treble would be 8-1.
Oof.
Now, look.
Hold on, you're taking odds on that treble?
People want, it's what Arsenal fans, Jay, are now
It's what the punters want. No, it's what you Arsenal fans want. It's all about the
they're
punters,
desperately
Jamie.
calling it the treble, aren't they? So, look, there's still loads to play for. But, Ray, if you are, and you are obviously an Arsenal fan, you're just going to be a little bit nervous now, aren't you? Because
absolutely.
You're
nervous this week is a massive game, Steve-O. Sporting Lisbon. What's the price on that? Just quickly. I know you're going to probably do the odds on that tomorrow, but just quickly on that one.
Your odds on to win that first leg, which again I'm just not convinced about. 7-2 Sporting at home, 3-1 the draw. But look, we'll come on to those obviously later in the week. But Jay, there's only one place to start. The biggest game taking place anywhere today is at Fortress Fratton Park. At least I hope it's a Fortress. We're odds on to beat Oxford 10-11. Obviously they are down. I mean, honestly, this is we have to win this. And in an ideal world, we'd win it and get a few goals back in favour in our goal difference. But I'll take the win straight away. A great point at Norwich on Friday. That was massive for us. 3-1 Oxford, 23-10 the draw. I say Coventry. Can we say they're up yet?
Yeah. I think they're up. They're definitely up.
I think they're up.
That 10-11 to win at Hull. Hull obviously in the playoff mix. Borough odds on to win at Swansea. But
what about Southampton to go up?
Game.
Oh, why do you have to go?
Sorry, Steve-O. I'm putting you under the gun here, mate.
No, they're 11 to 40.
They're seventh in the table, but they're flying.
They are flying, and obviously they're going to take the confidence from that. I suppose when you're in that situation, you don't care about having extra games, do you? Like an FA Cup semi-final is a treat to have. Look, in terms of that promotion, obviously Coventry are up already. We're saying Ipswich are 1-2 to go up. Borough even money. Millwall. I mean, what a result for Millwall, winning up at Middlesbrough weekend, 11-10, and then it's 11-4 Southampton. We know how notoriously hard it is to get out of that championship. Ipswich have got the games in hand, but they've still got to go and get those points on the board.
And Steve, we've got to quickly do the League One as well, because Lincoln can get promoted today into the championships. You ain't got the price on that one today to go out and style and win the game?
Oh, you've absolutely done me.
Or do you want to talk about the national instead?
Steve-O,
about the Irish national.
What about the national? Let's do the Grand National, the Irish one.
Because I don't want to upset my Lincoln friends now. Yeah. Hold on, let's give you Lincoln.
Friends of you, Steve-O? I didn't know.
There'll be someone out there. Right, Lincoln are odds on 10-11 to win at Reading today. Does that get them up? Does a win get them up?
Yes, it does indeed.
Point.
Right, there you go. Odds on there. Big race today over in Ireland at Fairyhouse, the Irish Grand National. We've got our Grand National on Saturday, then the Scottish National that we sponsor the week after. But over in Fairyhouse today, the Jukebox Kid, trained by Ben Pauling, Ben Jones. Of course, they trained the Jukebox Man for Harry Redknapp.
Yeah.
7-1 joint favourite along with Soldier in Milan. Kiss Will for Willie Mullins and Paul Townend 15-2. But that's the biggie. Kicking off a huge fortnight of Grand Nationals.
All right, Steve-O, you're a star. Thank you.
Cheers, Steve-O.
Cheers, fellas.
All right, that was a look at the latest odds with Coral 18+, gambleware.org.
The Coral Daily Download on talkSPORT with the Coral Reward Shaker. With 100k of free bets available online each day, we're here for the National. 18+, max one reward per day. Reward restrictions and T's and C's apply. Gambleaware.org.
If you look at the fact that Chelsea have done 600 million worth of transfers in the 25-26 season and paid 65 million agents fees. Now go look at Aston Villa. Aston Villa have done 70 million worth of transfers, 57 million worth of sales, and paid 38 million pounds in agents fees. So when you look at the ratios, you go, you did 120 million worth of business and you paid 38 million, which is about 25-26%.
Right.
Chelsea have done 600 million worth of business and paid 65 million. So whilst the numbers look horrible and in the scale of things enormous, in the representative terms of what business has been done, They're not enormous. Now, then you take the losses. Chelsea got 100, however they got it and however they concocted it, they got £125 million worth of profit last year. We know how they did it. They sold their women's team and a whole raft of other things.
I'm going to get to that.
So the PS, well, that was what they were allowed to do, right? And in previous times...
I agree.
In previous times, Man City and Chelsea were allowed to build football teams with impunity, and Newcastle can't. So we all are a product of timing, and we're all a product of opportunity, and we're all a product of creative outcomes based upon the circumstances that we operate in the time that we operate them in. So I look at this and go, yeah, they've made £250 million of losses, right? We are, if they're not worried about it, and they believe they can cover the gap between the PSR and also the consequences of squad cap rules that they put into place, that they've got consequences on already, then that's their business.
But it's up to us to observe it. And if Chelsea are the biggest spenders on agents and the biggest spenders on transfers and have the biggest losses, how on earth can I...
Amen Corner, perhaps the most feared run of holes in golf. Each year it claims the tournament hopes of many, with balls hitting bunkers and water traps aplenty. But why is it so fearsome, and where did it get its name? Just the thoughts of holes 11, 12 and 13 at Augusta National gives the likes of Rory McIlroy and Jordan Spieth the shivers. McIlroy hit 3 over and Spieth hit 4 over in their final rounds to blow their hopes of a green jacket in 2011 and 2016 respectively. But did you know Amen Corner's name is inspired by a jazz song from 1933? American sports writer Herbert Warren Wint, on the left here, wrote about it in 1958, referencing the song shouted in that Amen Corner when describing the run. Hole 11 is a par 4 over 520 yards with a green guarded by a pond and bunkers to the front edge. 12, perhaps golf's most famous hole, is a par 3 over just 155 yards. The green's guarded by Rays Creek at the front, more bunkers and azalea bushes ready to punish the smallest error. Then there's the 13th that teases the hook shot over the trees. It's a dogleg par 5 over 545 yards that's inviting for big hitters who want to reach the green in 2. If you want to win the Masters, you have to keep your score down around Amen Corner. So who'll be the next to fall victim to golf's most famous and most daunting challenge?
This is talkSPORT Breakfast with Arnold Clark. Shop the upgrade event today. Get an extra £500 when you part exchange your car. Don't miss your chance to boost your valuation. I'm Jamie O'Hara Ray Parlour alongside me. We've got an Arsenal fan who's phoned us up, Rio. All right, Rio. How you doing, Rio?
Okay. Good morning, boys. How are we?
All right, Rio. How you feeling?
Yeah, I'm all right. Not bad. Like you would say, to be honest, Jamie, I heard a load of old stuff from that Arsenal fan.
Well, you're struggling at the minute, mate. It's all, it's all going a bit.
No, you got to be positive. Got to be positive.
Yeah, you know what annoys me about the Arsenal fans, and yeah, I'm an Arsenal fan, but the most reactive fan base I've ever come across. You know, that old fella who's saying that a few seasons back we were leading by 10 points with 6 games to go and he had no faith. You know, that doesn't sound true at all. Of course he was hoping. We bottled it at the end of the day. But I think people are forgetting what Arteta's actually brought the fans. He's brought the passion back and the love back to the club. And that's why I think he needs a little bit more time. I'm not saying that he should stay for eternity and win nothing.
Okay, Rio, if you don't win anything this season, would you keep him?
Yeah, I'd give him another season or so just to strengthen.
Strengthen? You spent £1 billion.
We have spent a lot of money, to be fair. We have spent a decent amount, but I think there's some players that need to go. And I think there's a few positions that we need to strengthen. I would definitely give him another season. The passion that he's brought back to the club, I mean, for 2 decades, banner club. He's brought back the love, and I think that Arsenal fans are too quick to look past that.
Okay.
Yeah, it's still a long way to go. Look, there will be an inquest at the end of the season if they don't win the league or they get knocked out of Champions League. There's no doubt about that. but they've got to all sit down and say, well, what's the best thing for Arsenal Football Club? And if it is to get rid of Arteta, or they've got someone lined up, I don't know who it's going to be, then that will be it. But I don't think there's anyone out there who could do a better job. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah. So, Rio, listen. Go on, I'm going to let you go because Man City thrashed Liverpool 4-0 in the FA Cup quarter-final. Arne Slot under pressure. Virgil van Dijk admitted after the game that Liverpool gave up. He said this, with the right intentions from the dressing room after half-time, to hopefully score for 2-1 as soon as possible to change the game. The opposite happens, and to come back from 3-0 is obviously very difficult here, but also you shouldn't give up, and that's maybe, at a certain point, what happened. More on this, we'd like to say, joining us now is a man who's won 10 major trophies with Liverpool. It's Liverpool legend Mark Lawrenson. All right, Mark.
How you doing, Mark?
Morning, boys. All good?
Yeah, I'm good, mate. I'm good. Look, we've just got to talk about Liverpool right now because, it's turned into a bit of a shocking season for Arne Slot.
Oh, 100%. So we know, obviously, that the PSG games are turning up on in a couple of days. So the thing with that is, if Arne Slot doesn't get Liverpool in the Champions League for next season, then he's gone, which is unfortunate after winning the league last year, certainly. But that's, the club can't afford not to be in the Champions League. It's the biggest thing.
Yeah, just looking at the performance, Mark, I thought the first half an hour against City, you had a couple of chances, Salah, and do you know what, Mark? I know you've seen him on many occasions, Salah, and I've loved the way he's played for Liverpool over the years, but he's just not the same man, is he? I don't know what's happened to him, and it's just such a shame to see him going out on. I want him to see go out on a high with Liverpool.
Yeah,
and he's just the performances aren't there, are they?
No, they're not there, and it's the same old thing, and we've all had it, and it's like you lose a little bit of pace.
Yeah.
And the thing with Salah, once he's lost his pace, he can't get past his man, and it's completely different.
Yeah.
And I would say to you, that's the reason that obviously at the end of the season he's going to go and go wherever, probably in a league where it's a little bit easier for him. But as fantastic as he's been at the moment, he just when you look at him, you know straight away he's just not got it anymore.
Would you leave him out, Mark, in a week?
No, I wouldn't. I wouldn't
No.
leave him out because it's PSG, and they would be worried about him.
Yeah.
And I think that's the only reason why you would actually keep him in the team. Look, at the moment, so they've got these two games against PSG, so not playing well, conceding loads of goals, players all over the pitch, just not at it. They've got to circle the wagons. Go to Paris, make it really, really difficult, and give yourself a chance of winning at home. I think that's the best bet, to be honest with you.
Mark, what about Van Dijk? Because he's having a tough season, but he's making quite a few mistakes, considering that he's meant to be one of the best centre backs ever.
Yeah, no, he has, and I think he's put his hand up as well in terms of that. His partner alongside him hasn't done him any favours, in all honesty. So, and I don't think when you look to them last year, the two of them, they were very, very difficult to play against, extremely difficult. That's gone now, and as you know, if the heart of your defence is not playing well, you've got all sorts of problems.
Yeah, I think the whole back four, Mark, really, when you look at it, I mean.
Yeah,
he looks to the left of him. Kirk who's coming. He'd probably rather have Robertson there, if I'm being honest, as a left back if he was a couple of years younger.
Yeah.
Then you've got right back. It changes every week, doesn't it? And you played in some great back fours in your career. I mean, you don't really change the back four too often, do you? If you can help it.
Well, you don't change it if it's working. That's for certain. So they've had all sorts of problems in terms of injuries in that position as well, and as you say, there's probably been 5 or 6 players who've all played in there, and you're taking players out of midfield to play in there, so that doesn't work either. It's just turned into a season where everything's gone wrong. I mean, at the start of the season, they won the first 5 games, I don't know if you remember, and we're all going, and we're going, here we go, we're going to win the league again, etc. And since then, it's been, you know what the other thing as well is with the manager is I don't think he's very proactive. They played Galatasaray the other week, and he was on the touchline, and he was all over the place, as in the right way with his players and everything. And that was the first time he'd done that for a long time, as though someone had said to him, look, you've got to get involved here. He's just not got it. And it's not a case of the players aren't playing for him. It's just a case of when they play, they're not playing particularly well. They've become an ordinary team.
Yeah.
Which, when you think about it with Liverpool, is a very, very strange thing to have.
Mark, would you change the manager? The fans are singing Xabi Alonso's name at the Etihad.
Yeah, well, I'm not sure about Xabi about that, but anyone else, they're talking about Stevie G and one thing and another. If the manager doesn't get Champions League, I think he walks away.
Wow, a big. I mean,
well, there's still, you've got Chelsea in there. You've got in the hunt. You've got Aston Villa, Manchester United, all going for that top 4 or 5. It's going to be interesting to see what happens.
Yeah,
really.
Mark, you're a star. I really appreciate your time. Thanks for coming on.
Thanks, Mark.
Pleasure, boys. Cheers.
Mark Lawrenson there, man who made 356 appearances for Liverpool. Don't forget, you'll hear if Liverpool can get their season back on track. They take on PSG in the Champions League quarterfinals live on talkSPORT Wednesday evening at 8. Right, though, still to come on breakfast.
Superstar Breakfast preview on talkSPORT with Benchmarks Kitchens and Joinery. Get trade prices on kitchens to suit all styles and budgets at Benchmarks.
Yeah, Marvin Gaye with a big question there, and honestly, it's the only question Arsenal fans have
this is getting boring now.
What on earth is going on? They've let it all slip away. Carabao Cup, FA Cup, they're gone. Arsenal fans, we're taking your calls. Piers Morgan's gone missing.
Who does him support in there? It's like a Tottenham show today, isn't it?
Get involved in the show. If you're an Arsenal fan, you want to talk to Ray Parlour, 03717 22 3344.
And by the way,
what a
80,
game.
85 all now.
What a game this
in Australia.
Aussie Rules.
Live in Australia. Aussie Rules, 85.
Yeah, our tech op says these are the
3
best
minutes left.
teams. So it's a massive game. And 3 minutes left, 85 all. I have no idea what the rules are, but it just looks like they're just kicking the granny out of each other. But it's great to watch. That was our breakfast preview with Travis Perkins.
Superstar Breakfast preview on talkSPORT with Travis Perkins. With 250 hire branches nationwide, it's easy to hire at Travis Perkins.
Is it nigh on impossible, Frank, to keep a lid on the hype surrounding Moses at the moment?
No, it's not. And the Zone had a massive rating for the fight. I think it's their highest rating this year for it, so I'm told. So, he's people are well aware of what it, who he is and what a talent he is, and he showed that certainly on Saturday. It was a very mature, performance with a very durable, tough guy. And he'd done a job. He'd done a magnificent job. And, look, that's the future of boxing. He's the future of heavyweight boxing. And I'd have no problem tomorrow making him with Mr. Usyk. I'd make it in a heartbeat tomorrow.
Question, Frank, for you. I mean, we had the other day on Talk Boxing Nikisa Badarian, who I know you'll know, and he talked about, and you don't need to be taught how to manage and match fights, right? That's not what I'm making the point here. I'm sort of sense-checking what he said. His attitude was, he would, if he was managing Atomy, it'd stick him in with Andy Ruiz in Madison Square Garden, because it gives an opportunity, A, to put him in against another decent fighter to give him another learning curve, but also breaks him into America by doing something Anthony Joshua couldn't do, which is knocking out American heavyweight that has some repute. Is that got some sense in that thinking?
Sorry, who was it who said that?
Nikisa Badarian, Jake Paul's promoter, and
Nikita's a very good promoter, and he knows what he's doing. We will be going.
The talkSPORT 20k giveaway.
This is talkSPORT Breakfast. Me, Jamie O'Hara and Ray Parlour. We got our eyes fixed on the Aussie Rules game. 91 all with 30 seconds left. Oh, he's caught it. It's unbelievable.
Oh.
Scramble.
Here we go.
Someone could win it. Oh, he's in.
Oh, he's in.
It's unbelievable. What a game. We're officially under 1 week to go. Oh, it's a winner. It's a winner with 13 seconds. Oh, it's unbelievable stuff.
92-91.
What a game that is. You got to turn that on. It's one of the best games in Aussie Rules ever. Right, here we go. I've got to do this. We're officially under 1 week to go for your chance to win 20 grand right here on talkSPORT. 20 grand tax-free straight into your bank account. Spend it, save it, or splash it. The choice is yours. Here's how to enter. For your chance to win, text WIN to 83338. Text costs £2.50 plus your standard network rate. Or call 0343 418 7260. Lines closed 9th of April 2026, 4 p.m. That's when you'll need to answer your phone if it rings. 18 plus, UK residents only. It's a network promotion. Full T's and C's at talksport.com. So for your chance to win £20,000, text WIN to 83338 now. And it's time for a bit of this.
Oh, and Wimbledon have moved out. And there's no flag from the linesman. Ray Parlour. His first goal for Arsenal.
One touch, get out his feet, boff. What, nectarine?
Never heard of it.
It's a small, like a little orange.
Is it?
Nectarine.
I don't eat oranges.
Mark Overmars had this little fart machine.
What?
With a button. He goes,
Pardon? Who is Gunnosaurus? Who is he to you?
What?
Is he related to you?
No. My brother is married to his daughter, but they're not together now. They've more or less split up.
Do they have an Invincible on Drive? I don't think so.
That's the most stupidest thing I've ever heard in my life.
It's time now for Yay or Nay Ray.
Right, the rules are simple, Ray. If you agree with my statement, you must start your answer with yay. And if you disagree, you must start with nay. So I'm delighted to say it's now time of the day to see if Ray says yay or nay. Says nay as we play yay or nay with Ray today. And it's bank holiday, so let's take it away. Hooray! First up. Arsenal have seen their quadruple hopes go up in smoke in the last 2 weeks, but if they end trophyless, is it more embarrassing than Spurs getting relegated? Yay or nay?
What?
If you finish trophyless, is it more embarrassing?
It's got to be nay. Because if you go down, you ain't guaranteed to come back up again.
Mate.
You can't be going.
No.
Financially for the club.
No, forget the finances. Forget all that. As a fan base,
you're still in the top league. You're still in the top league.
No trophies.
I'm sure you agree with that. It's embarrassing for Tottenham. They get relegated.
Yeah, no. If we go,
they've got a new stadium, everything going. They've got everything there.
Yeah.
And you go down to the Champions. You're playing Lincoln City. That's more embarrassing.
Good
no,
team,
I'm not taking over.
If you don't win a trophy this season,
I'm not taking anything away
battered.
anyway from Lincoln City, but certainly they'd be more embarrassed than Tottenham fans. All day long.
Next up, one more on Arsenal. They were dumped out the FA Cup by Southampton on Saturday, where maybe only Max Dowman could hold his head high for his performance. So, yay or nay, should he be starting games over Bukayo Saka?
No, because you don't want to give him too much responsibility at 16 years old. We've all been there. It's amazing. You know, I think the only thing we could be celebrating is his GCSE results. Eh?
No, he's got them coming up soon. Hasn't he?
He's got them coming up, which is amazing, really, isn't it?
I mean, incredible. What a talent.
And you don't want to be putting too much pressure on him as a youngster. Look, at the moment, he comes on. He's been playing in the FA Cup. He's brilliant the other night. I mean, his balance he's got when he goes past players, both feet. Yeah. And he's only 16. He's just turned 16 in December.
Unbelievable.
So what a career he's going to have. But you still got to have Saka in your team. I know he's going through that indifferent form at the moment. He ain't been playing the way he can.
Indifferent? He's been terrible. Right?
Yeah, he's not been up to his standards. We know that. He set the bar high, hasn't he, with the performances. But every footballer goes through it. He's just got to try and work out how to get back to his best. A little bit like Phil Foden, really. Phil Foden's going through that spell at the moment as well in his career.
Yeah.
But at the moment, Dowman is such an important player going forward, but you can't put too much pressure on him. So at this present time, I wouldn't be doing that, but I'll be bringing him off the bench for 20, 25 minutes when people start just to dropping their levels, are dropping a bit. With his pace and his energy to go past players, I'll definitely, he'd be definitely being used.
Okay. All right. Finally, West Ham eventually went out the FA Cup to Leeds yesterday, but one man was shown on TV throughout the game. Huge Hammers fan.
He was, yeah.
Danny Dyer. He's admitted to joining in with a song they sing about his...
Sure.
Yeah, Danny Dyer.
Yeah.
So, yay or nay, should Danny be applauded for joining in the song?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Of course you have. I mean, he knows he's going out with. He's got a couple of kids with her.
Yeah.
So he knows he's
holding one of them.
But that's the beauty of football. I thought that when that song come on, the crowd were going mad.
Yeah,
Danny was just enjoying their situation. He's enjoying that they got a 2-2 draw in the end. He can't believe that they come back from nowhere, and he's getting in with the spirit of all the other fans.
He must absolutely, like, I think obviously his daughter's going out with Jared Bowen, the captain. I mean, that is like his dream.
Absolutely.
That is his dream.
That's his club, and his daughter's going out with a captain.
Yeah.
So you
doesn't
can't
get any better than that.
Can't get better than that. So I totally agree with Danny. Sing along, enjoy yourself, and he'd be more disappointed about going out on penalties than what they singing about him and Jared Bowen and he's still.
Yeah, he loves it. What a guy Danny Dyer is. Right, let's take another call. Arsenal fans phoned us up. Hassan, right, Hass?
Hassan? Right, Jamie. Right, Ray.
Yeah,
good morning.
Go on,
what do you want to say, Hass? Because it's all going a bit, it's all gone a bit south for Arsenal.
Well, I don't know how you've come to that conclusion, Jamie. How many teams have actually won the quadruple from England?
Well, no one.
Right? Exactly. So it's not a given for us to win the quadruple. We've had an excellent season. We're still in the Champions League. We're still, 9 points ahead in the Prem. We're playing that. Only one player on Saturday against Southampton was a first-team starter. That's Gabriel. Everyone else is a squad player, and we've had some really bad, injuries come back from the international. So I don't know this narrative that you keep creating, being a Spurs fan as well, right? About Arsenal.
It's not looking good, though, is it, Hass? I mean,
how is it not looking good, Jamie?
Because you were shocking against Man City, Carabao Cup final. You were poor in that.
Only the second half.
Shocking against Southampton. Southampton in the Championship, and
Yeah. I get it, but it's not. Just because we've come out the FA Cup and the League Cup, that doesn't mean the wheels has come off. Yes, we've not. Well, it's not ideal. I get that.
It's got a bit wobbly.
We're on a bike. We're in a car, by the way.
He's buckled, mate. He's buckled.
No, it's buckled.
No, Hassan, you've got to keep supporting the club, mate. You've got to go to the end.
Absolutely.
And if we are winning that trophy at the end of the season, everyone won't worry about the FA Cup or the Carabao Cup.
Exactly.
It's all about the Premier League. So, long way to go. I can see why people are going to jump on the bandwagon when you lose a couple of games. And it doesn't look great. There's no doubt about it. I'm not going to sit here and say it looks great. But
do you think there's an agenda against Arsenal?
Well, Jamie, you've always got one. You're so happy when anything.
Well, I'm a Spurs fan. Of course, I'm going to be happy.
I know, but that's what I mean. You should stay in your lane. Look what's going on there.
Good team we are, mate.
Jamie, what would you rather?
Go on.
Tottenham stay up.
Yeah.
And Arsenal win the Premier League.
Tottenham stay up. If Arsenal win the league, they win the league.
Or Tottenham's go down and they don't win the league.
Do you know what? I actually don't want Tottenham to go down, right? Because if Tottenham go down, there's no North London derby, and that's one game that I look forward to every year.
I used to go out on a Thursday in North London derby. Is that easy?
Cheers, guys.
All right, see you later, mate.
No, it's always a great game, though. North
yeah, it's a great game.
Do you know what? I've always said it. The form goes out the window in North London derbies. Tottenham could be playing better than Arsenal, but Arsenal could turn up and beat them, and it makes people's days, doesn't it?
Yeah, I
just work on a Monday.
I have this conversation with Cundy. Cundy's as well. He don't really want Spurs to go down because there ain't many
Chelsea, Tottenham.
There ain't many games in the Premier League that you really look forward to, is there? You know, an Arsenal, Tottenham, Spurs, Chelsea. You know, them games. They're the games you look forward to.
We won't be getting West Ham or Tottenham next year, maybe.
Yeah, no. You don't want to see that, really, do you?
Not really, no, because they're great rivalry, isn't
there,
between both teams, which is fantastic to see. But look, one of them's going to go down, I should imagine. I'm not counting Forest and Leeds are out of it, but.
What was the rivalry like? Just on the Spurs Arsenal, your rivalry, because Arsenal obviously were way better than Spurs then. Did it feel like a big North London derby?
But they could beat us. They could beat us at White Hart Lane. They beat us at the Highbury sometimes. You know, it's one of them games. It's just on the day you've got to turn up, and they're up for it. Everyone's up for it.
Yeah.
And if it only takes two of your players that don't turn up, and you can get turned over. Simple as that. But we always seem to have a decent record. White Hart Lane, but it was always a big game for the supporters. I'm not being rude to Spurs at that time. Manchester United was our big game.
Yeah.
Because that was the one
of course.
You're going to go head to head with to win the title.
Yeah.
And Spurs was a game for the supporters.
Yeah.
More breaking rights on a Monday morning, going to work and all that sort of stuff.
All right, who's had a worse weekend? Arsenal and Liverpool. We're going to ask Jermaine Pennant next.
When we look at the end of the season, let's talk about the title race and the run-in. Manchester City and Arsenal going head-to-head. Arsenal, obviously, in the prime seat right now. They've got Bournemouth at home, City away, Newcastle and Fulham at home, a trip to West Ham before they host Burnley and have Palace on the final day. One extra game to be played by Manchester City. They're away at Chelsea. This isn't this weekend, of course. They're both playing in the FA Cup, but when the Premier League does return, Manchester City will be away at Chelsea. They'll host Arsenal. They're away at Burnley and Everton. They're at home to Brentford, away at Bournemouth, and then 2 home games to end the season against Villa and Palace. When you look at the run-ins, who do you favour?
Arsenal. I think they've got a better run-in, and from Arsenal's point of view, if they can't get that done, I'd be shocked.
Yeah.
I'd be shocked. I think they've been brilliant all season in terms of the way they've managed games, the way they've won games. Going back to that, they've just won games. They haven't been brilliant on the eye at times. Who cares in their camp? Who cares in that dressing room? Just get it done. And now when I'm looking at the run-in, that is a favourable run-in for Arsenal. They've got the Manchester City game. They can even afford to lose that. People are talking about the final the other day. Well, you can lose that game, and I still back you to win all of the other games anyway. So, you know, if they don't do it, I don't know. If they'll never do it if they don't do it this season.
I think it has to be Arsenal, who have a 9-point lead at the moment. Obviously, City have a game in hand. It has to be done. They've won 4 games in a row, Arsenal, in the Premier League, by the way.
What football ground are you thinking of
when someone says this.
Really tough place to go. Difficult place to go. Such a tough place to go.
It's a tough place to go at the moment.
It was a really difficult place to go, always.
But what are the toughest places to go, really? We've scoured the planet to find out. Forget a cold, wet Tuesday night in Stoke. Try playing in a blizzard 220 miles inside the Arctic Circle at the world's northernmost professional club. When Chelsea lost at Tromsø in Norway in the 97-98 Cup Winners' Cup, a massive snowstorm hit at half-time. These two boys and their brooms were absolutely no match for it. We're staying in Scandinavia for Scotland's toughest away day on a windswept cliff in the Faroe Islands. In Euro 2000 qualifying, Craig Brown's men were taken to fishing village Toftir. Kevin Gallagher called the pitch a cowfield and the wind like Pittodrie on a bad day. The Faroe Islands part-timers equalised in stoppage time, leading to these absolute scenes, and still one of Scotland's most embarrassing results.
Daft little ground, silly game.
But away trips don't come any tougher than a lung-busting schlep up the Andes to face Bolivia in La Paz. But now the Bolivians have taken home advantage to another level. The country's highest city, El Alto, 4,100 metres above sea level. Grass doesn't even grow up here. Bolivia have not lost here yet. The longest unbeaten run in any professional league ever belongs to Red Star Belgrade, or Crvena Zvezda if you must. They've gone 7 years without defeat at the Rajko Mitic in Serbia's Superliga. Their fans are pretty intimidating as well, but they're not as loud as this mob. Galatasaray's Ali Sami Yen Stadium's officially the loudest in world football. In a derby with Fenerbahce, Galatasaray fans set a Guinness World Record of 131 decibels. That's louder than Motorhead, and pretty tough to carry out your manager's instructions when you can't even hear them. However, our most intimidating away day is in Wales, where cameras can't enter and players can't leave. HMP Prescoed. This prison team was briefly kicked out the Gwent League over concerns about young opposition having to go in there. Now that's a tough place to go.
Early June 1939, Germany, always a tough place to go to.
Good morning, this is talkSPORT Breakfast with Arnold Clark. Buy a used car and get a free 2-year service plan, plus get an extra £500 when you part exchange. Shop the upgrade event today. I'm Jamie O'Hara Ray Parlour alongside me. Still to come this morning between now and 10 a.m. After 39 long years of waiting, Leeds are finally back in the FA Cup semi-finals. We're asking a man who knows all about scoring famous FA Cup goals. Former striker Jermaine Beckford will be coming on, and they'll be asking him whether they can go all the way. But now, there's another defeat for Arsenal, this time in the FA Cup, as the treble slipped away.
Down to the right-hand side of the penalty area, jerking back for Nunes and queuing up for it across the edge of the 6-yard box, and he's headed in for two. It's Nico O'Reilly again.
First final for 6 years. Arsenal bottled it.
Deary me, Ali. Talk about stage fright.
I didn't think it was coming down to bottle. They've shown enough bottle this season. You know, that question mark will come from the people who want that narrative.
Yeah, it does feel like there's a lot of people against us.
We can now only win the quadruple, Champions League, Premier League, FA Cup and Spurs going down. And that is still on, Arsenal fans. So let us rally together.
Fellows to come into the penalty area. Charge with a shot! Southampton lead again! And that may well be the goal that takes the Saints into the semi-final. Southampton 2, Arsenal 1.
The treble dream was done and dusted.
They'll now wonder if Arteta has the minerals to see through the Premier League title win.
I'm good at cooking crumble.
Yeah, the quad is gone, the treble's gone, the Premier League and Champions League still up for grabs. Arsenal need to get it over the line. But to get more on this, let's cross over to a man who scored a hat-trick on his full Premier League debut for Arsenal. Jermaine Pennant joins us. All right, Jammer.
Hello, gents. Good morning.
I know you hate Arsenal because you're a Liverpool fan.
Whoa.
You got you on. All you talk about is how much you hate them.
There's no hate in there. Absolutely not. That's not the case. I'm just a Liverpool fan, but I don't hate Arsenal.
Another trophy gone from though. Do you think it's all gone? It's imploding?
Well, we did talk about how important this Carabao Cup final is. It's not just a final. We said it could have a detrimental effect on the remaining games of the season for Arsenal, and we're kind of seeing that. It was a massive blow losing to Man City, and obviously now they're out of the FA Cup as well. I just think that the points difference in the Premier League is too much of a big of a gap to. Yes, Arsenal can drop a few points, but I think there's too many to drop for them to really throw away the league. But it was a big moment, like I said, in the season. And, Man City winning definitely got one over on them.
Well, realistically, though, Jermaine, they weren't going to win the quadruple. We all know football, and to win the treble's an amazing achievement when Man United done it and Man City. One trophy, at the start of the season, you said one trophy. Maybe the Carabao Cup wouldn't have been enough, but if you consider one trophy at the start of the season, we're going to win the Premier League. Yeah. That would have been a great season for Arsenal. So look, they're still in a great position. So I don't know why the Arsenal fans are getting worried. I mean, look, Jamie's...
It's the manner of the defeat, though, isn't it, right?
Well,
the Carabao Cup final was poor.
You're changing all the team, ain't you?
Yeah, I know, but it's Southampton.
If you put the strongest team out, then, they would have beat Southampton. Now, you could argue, why didn't he put the strongest team out? Because he's looking at sport in Lisbon. He's looking at the bigger prizes, probably. But look, there's still a long way to go. And if they do win the Premier League, it's been an unbelievable season for Arsenal.
Without a shadow of a doubt, Ray, I think if they go on to win the Premier League, that's the one they wanted. That's the one they really want. If you give Arsenal a chance and I say, look, you're not going to win. You can choose one trophy this season. I think every single one of them would say we want the Premier League. And like you said, I think Arteta's probably got one eye on that, as well as maybe possibly a Champions League, because they haven't won that yet. And that sets them aside from the likes of Man City, Liverpool, Man United, and even Chelsea, because they've not got over the line on that front. But, 22 years of not winning the Premier League, I think they are really focusing on that one. And if they do win it, like you said, it's a fantastic season for them. They'll be over the moon.
Look, let's move on to Liverpool, Jammer, because you played in the Champions League final for them. They got some big games coming up. Virgil van Dijk has stated that they gave up against Man City. What do you make of
that? Yeah, they did, really. Seeing the first goal go in, I just knew straight away, right, their Reds are going to drop. They're a team who, as soon as they go behind, they start to go on the back foot. And, yeah, the whole season's been a bit of a shambles. Not only the manager, but also the players as well. I think there's been no cohesion with them all. From week to week, we don't know what team's playing, the formation, the style. It's like a guessing game. There's been no, they've not had a period of games where it's the same line, same back line, same midfield, same. I know Isak's out, but same Ekitike at top. It's chopping, changing. You've got Solskjaer right back. You play Mo there, then it's Flo, then he's on the other side. It's just at the moment they're just at a miss and all over the shop.
They seem to they have played well sometimes in the Champions League, haven't they? So
I think the best performers have been in the Champions League.
Yeah, so they'll be looking at it now. Look, all the eggs are in one, but I know Champions League football for the next season is so important for any club, and they've got some big league games coming up, and obviously over the park, Jermaine, Everton. Potentially, they're only 3 points behind. They potentially could be coming above Liverpool, which would be an absolute disaster for the manager then.
Oh, be up. Listen, I think over the years, I can honestly say I've really, really enjoyed waiting for the Merseyside derby, home or away. I've enjoyed that fixture. Can't wait to watch it. and more times not come out on top. We get a draw here and there, but more times than not come on top.
Yeah.
I can say this is the first time in my life where I'm actually worried about the Merseyside derby. I am not looking forward to it because on the back foot of what I've been seeing this season, now Everton have seemed to find their way at the Hill Dickinson Stadium. I'm just a little bit nervous now. And like you said, Ray, if Everton beat them, they can, well, probably won't leapfrog them on goal difference, but same points and can go above them, then for me, that's a sackable offence in its own.
I think it's
in its own.
It's getting to that point. He's getting to that point. You played with Xabi Alonso, right, at Liverpool.
Yeah.
Could he be the man? Do you think that when do you think he would come in and should come in?
It'll be next season now. I don't think you'll be seeing any ins and outs now. So I think it'll just give it to the end of the season, and then obviously next season, give him a pre-season with the players, let them learn a new style of football. I think you'll probably get the best out of Florian Wirtz and maybe even Frimpong. Obviously, under Leverkusen, he played with them, won the league with them. And I just think, so if it was going to happen, it will be soon as possible before pre-season would start so he can get everyone in and put his fundamentals down.
Jermaine, we asked Mark Lawson. It's horrible to see sometimes. I mean, a player of his calibre, what he's done in the Premier League has been unbelievable. Mo Salah, he's just lost his way, isn't he? And it's a shame to see because he's lost that pace and he can't go past players anymore. And he just lost. He looked a lost man out there. And to step up, I didn't fancy him at all in a penalty at the weekend. I know the game was gone anyway, but you know his confidence is shot to bits, isn't it?
Yeah, you're absolutely spot on there, Razor. His confidence is gone. The team ain't playing well, and we all know, all on this conversation here, we've all been ex-professionals, and we all know when you get to a certain age limit, doesn't matter how much training and how much work you do in the gym, some things will go eventually.
Yeah,
it's just the way it is, and we're seeing that. Because if you look at Salah's tenure, it's not like he would give you an amazing 60 or 90 minutes. He may be quiet for an hour, but he'll come up with a finish or a goal or a penny or win you the game with a bit of moment of magic. But now we're not seeing that at all. In front of goal, he's scuffing shots. He's not playing the right ball across for his teammate. He could have played Florian Wirtz in for a tap-in. He can't beat his man. He's taking about 4 seconds longer to, get a strike off. How many times did we see Mo on that right-hand side, chopping out, chop in, chop back out, get a cross in now? He can't beat the man. And no matter what he tries, I think he's reached that peak. I think he's gone past that peak. And now it's a point in his career where he's just not the same Mo Salah. And in the Premier League, you will get found out soon as something starts to go.
Jamie, you said you'd never been worried about the Merseyside derby. Do you remember your first Merseyside derby, September 2006?
Did we win?
You lost 3-0.
Did I?
Everton 3, Liverpool 0.
I was confident going into it. That's the thing, though.
Yeah, it says here Jermaine Pennant had a stinker.
I bet you he won his first North London derby, didn't you, Jermaine?
Jammer, listen, mate, thanks for coming on. Are you on tonight?
Yeah, with Cundy, with his bald head.
Yeah, his bald head, and the mask will be out, I'm sure. All right, you'll be on the Sports Bar later.
Cheers, Jermaine.
Jason Cundy in charge of that one. That was Jermaine Pennant. Liverpool fans, you want to get involved in the show, you can give us a call 03717 22 33 44.
Thomas Tuchel's thrown Foden's World Cup hopes into doubt with some comments that he made to the media, Gabby. Here's an interesting one. He was excellent in camp, but he struggles to show it on the pitch. He was so good in training, and I thought he will just surprise us. But yeah, he struggles to have the full impact. It was put to Tuchel that he could not take a struggling player to the World Cup. I can, he replied, but the question would be if we will. It's not a guarantee that he will come. Now, to be fair to Phil Foden, I think there's only about 5 or 6, well, maybe 5 or 6, but there'll be more, about a dozen guarantees.
Yeah.
But there'll be about maybe 6, 7, 8 that aren't guarantees. And I think Phil Foden has now come into that category, Gab. I mean, we've got to be concerned for him, don't you agree?
I think the problem for me, Ali, is that his form for Manchester City has been incredibly bad for Phil Foden. You know, he come on in the 90th minute, Ali, in the cup final against Arsenal. Got 0 minutes in both games against Real Madrid.
I know, mate.
In his last 11 games, Ali, he's only played a total of 183 minutes out of 990 available minutes. 0 goals this year. We're already in April, Ali.
Yeah.
And even for his country, Ali, he's not performed. He's only got 4 goals in 49 England caps. He should be at his peak now at 25. Never done it in an England shirt. And those comments from Thomas Tuchel, I look at them and I say, Thomas Tuchel likes you. He likes the career you've had. He likes you as a player. He's brought you into the squad, even though you didn't deserve to be in it from club form. And you look like, at the moment, it sounds like a training ground player. This is talkSPORT Breakfast. I'm Jamie O'Hara Ray Parlour alongside me. We've been talking about Arsenal all morning because they're having a bit of a nightmare. Worried Chris, the Arsenal fans, phoned us up. Right, Chris? How you doing, Chris?
Hey, morning, boys. You all right?
I'm all right, Chris. Are you worried?
How can you not be? Seriously, how can you not be? Last 2 performances have been an absolute disgrace. And I've been hearing Arsenal fans saying they'll keep Arteta if we were nothing.
Ray wants him.
Well, Ray,
who would you have then? Who would you have instead?
Ray, I love you, Ray. You're a legend, but come on, mate. I'm sorry. You cannot be at a club for 6 years, spend £1 billion, currently 9 points clear of the league. We bottle it from here, and you expect to keep him.
I just worry about when you start bringing managers in, new managers, with all their staff and all that sort of stuff. You're going to get somewhere along the line, like Tottenham have done. They've had 3 or 4 managers. Man United
had it. Tottenham, Ray. Ray, we're not Tottenham. We're Arsenal.
Well, Man United have had it. They've had that problem after Sir Alex Ferguson. They have 3 or 4 or 5 managers.
Yeah,
6
but
managers.
we cannot. But Ray, we can't continue like this, mate. We can't. Every year, nearly FC, second again. we can't keep continuing
no,
like
what I'm
this,
saying, we're still in a great position. So let's be positive. Don't come on the phone and say, "Oh, I'm worried." Just say, "Right, I'm going to get behind the team."
He's worried, mate. He's worried.
I'm going to get behind the team. Shut up, Jamie.
He's worried, mate.
Shut up.
The last two performances, Ray, do they not concern you?
No, well,
why?
The thing about it is that a lot of the players who've come in against Southampton haven't played on a regular basis. I think Gabriel was only one, really, wasn't he, in that starting lineup? Martinelli's in and out. Trossard plays on the left more. Saka's on the right-hand side. Well, the problem is they're probably not as up to speed. I know you can train as much as you like. It's not like a game situation. I promise you now. And Southampton, they've been flying lately. They're on a high. They're in a good position. I thought it was maybe he should have played a stronger team then. I don't know, but yeah,
well,
why
that's
not?
What I think they should have had the players in reserve at least. Because I guarantee you they'll be on the plane today going to sport in the likes of Rice and Saka and all of that.
Well,
so why were they on reserve on Saturday?
He might be looking at it and saying they're ready to go against Sporting. If we get through Sporting, suddenly you're in a semi-final, then you're in a good position. So he's looking at a bigger. No, but it's all ifs, isn't it, at the moment?
Yeah.
It's not.
Listen, I want to win this league more than anyone in this world, yeah? You can ask O'Hara and Cundy. I've been calling them all the time. I want this league more than anything. But when you're 9 points... And look at our home games,
up worried.
You look at the home games, right, we've got left. I expect to win all of them.
Well, you got Bournemouth, Bournemouth's the next one. Yeah. The most important game, I'm not going by Sporting. Let's take Champions League football out of it.
Yeah.
Bournemouth is the next big game because you're playing first, 12:30 kickoff, and then you get the 3 points on the ball. Suddenly it puts some pressure. I've been there. In
and you've got 12 points clear, and City got to go to Chelsea on the Sunday.
Exactly. So look,
don't get me wrong. It's not all on Arteta. These players need to step up as well because some of them have been an absolute disgrace. I mean, Saka this season has been awful. Let's not beat around the bush. Odegaard, I'm sorry, I want to sell him in the summer. He's finished. I'm sorry, he's finished. Ben White the other day, rubbish. Havertz, Gabriel Jesus, they all need to leave, mate.
Yeah.
They're not.
There'll be a lot of work done in the summer. There's no doubt about that.
Well, if we don't win,
don't worry, Chris. Be positive.
P45. Yeah, I hope. Well, I'm just saying, if we don't win nothing, I want the P45 out, and he's got to go. I'm sorry, he's got to go.
Okay,
Chris, listen, mate. Thanks for your call. I've got another Arsenal fan. Luke's phoned us up. Right, Luke.
Okay, chaps, all right?
I'm all right, Luke. I'm all right. Ray's got his positive head on.
I think that's how I won titles, being positive every week.
Absolutely. Look, I think most of these Arsenal fans need to give their heads a wobble, don't they? We are still top of the Premier League. We are still in the Champions League. Get a grip. I think all this quadruple talk, I'd never thought a League Cup final would hurt as much as it did. I woke up the next morning feeling absolutely awful. But now that's gone, the FA Cup, whatever, we didn't need to... Arteta was absolutely right. He's got eyes on the bigger prize. That's what we need to focus on, end of the day.
Yeah, but you've still got to deliver as well.
What's that?
You still got to deliver, Luke. You can have eyes on other prizes, but you still got to go and win them. That's the bit. And now it's down to him now to get galvanise the players now in that team and say, come on, we've got one more push, and we could be celebrating like unbelievable party in May if we have one more big push.
Oh, imagine the old Ray Parlour.
I've been saying to everyone, I think we win or lose the league against Bournemouth next weekend. If we drop points, City catch us. If we win, we're clear.
I think
chance.
I'd rather be an Arsenal fan than a Liverpool fan at the moment. Would you, James?
Yeah, they're in a bad place right now, Liverpool.
Yeah, I'd be worried if I'm a Liverpool fan.
They won the league last season.
Yeah, I know, but I'm still worried. Are you? If you're a Liverpool fan, where are their clubs going this season?
Yeah, I think they'll come back though. I think it's been a bad season.
No, there's no doubt they'll come back.
You know, they won something last season. Arsenal didn't. You know.
Okay, move on. Any more callers?
All right, up next, we're going to be speaking to the legend, Jermaine Beckford. He says he'll take relegation and an FA Cup win. That's outrageous. He's coming up next.
All right, Cundy.
Hello, matey.
How are you?
I'm all right, thank you.
How you feeling?
I'm all right. I'm okay, yeah.
Gone well?
Yes, so for those that don't know, the hair transplant last Thursday.
Yep.
A couple of days off.
Yeah.
Back in today.
You're looking well, mate. You look well.
So far.
You look hard.
Well, well, the head's been shaved, right? So there's always got the image, haven't you? Like of a bit of a thug.
Yeah, you look like you're going to be on like Football Factory or something.
Yeah. But look, it went well. It's such a weird process. I mean, you're in the chair for about 8.5 hours. It's all done.
I mean, that's hell for you, right? You can't.
Oh, mate. Well, they gave me. I fell asleep halfway through it. They gave me sedatives. Yes, I struggle to sit still, mate. But
struggle?
I struggle to sit
Impossible.
Still. Yes, but they're sedatives, mate. They work their magic. But here we go. So the big.
Mate, I like it.
Well, we'll see.
It's the new Cundy.
The new version.
The new version of.
No, improved. Don't know about that.
It looks all right, mate. I'm happy with it.
Yeah, well, look, big shout out to the Wimpole Clinic. Thank you very much for what they did. And we'll see the results, mate, over the next coming 3, 4, 5, 6 months.
You've got to have a haircut, mate. What's the haircut look? What's the trim? You
Don't know.
Quiff?
Don't know what I'm going to go for, mate.
You look all right with the old skin.
Yes, I'm not having a hair transplant and then looking like this.
No?
I'm not. No, you don't have a hair transplant and shave your head.
It's all right, though.
Well, for the time being, I've got no choice. Yeah. I've got no choice. This is how it's going to be. All right, so there you go.
You're making me die.
Yeah, it's a bit. I mean, did it hurt? Obviously.
Amen Corner, perhaps the most feared run of holes in golf. Each year, it claims the tournament hopes of many, with balls hitting bunkers and water traps aplenty. But why is it so fearsome, and where did it get its name? Just the thoughts of holes 11, 12 and 13 at Augusta National gives the likes of Rory McIlroy and Jordan Spieth the shivers. McIlroy hit 3 over and Spieth hit 4 over in their final rounds to blow their hopes of a green jacket in 2011 and 2016 respectively. But did you know Amen Corner's name is inspired by a jazz song from 1933? American sports writer Herbert Warren Wint, on the left here, wrote about it in 1958, referencing the song shouted in that Amen Corner when describing the run. Hole 11 is a par 4 over 520 yards with a green guarded by a pond and bunkers to the front edge. 12, perhaps golf's most famous hole, is a par 3 over just 155 yards. The green's guarded by Rays Creek at the front, more bunkers and azalea bushes ready to punish the smallest error. Then there's the 13th that teases the hook shot over the trees. It's a dogleg par 5 over 545 yards that's inviting for big hitters who want to reach the green in 2. If you want to win the Masters, you have to keep your score down around Amen Corner. So who'll be the next to fall victim to golf's most famous and most daunting challenge?
This is talkSPORT Breakfast with Arnold Clark. It's a perfect time to upgrade your car. Get 2 years free servicing when you buy a used car in the upgrade event. Check it out online. Jamie O'Hara Ray Parlour alongside me. Talking Leeds in just a moment. But first, though, time to talk about my beloved Spurs, who have brought in their third manager of the season after former Brighton boss Roberto De Zerbi joined on a 5-year deal. In his very first interview as Spurs manager, he said he wanted to instill belief back into the club.
It's a tough moment for Tottenham, but I know very well it's a tough moment. It's a difficult moment for everyone of Tottenham. I think we have the right qualities to come out from this moment. I believe in the players. I think we have to remember who we are and who the players are, because we have very big players, and we have to work in the confidence of them, in the qualities of them. They have to show what they are and what they they are used to playing.
Yeah, De Zerbi in for the next 7 games and obviously next season as well, which I think was a massive
5-year contract.
Yeah, 5-year deal, which I think was big for the football club to get him to commit without like a relegation release clause. But look, can he do it, Ray?
Well, he has got the players. There's no doubt about that. I think Tudor, they made the right decision getting rid of Tudor.
Yeah.
There's no doubt that he wasn't the man to get the best out of the players. You could sense that they wasn't having him at all.
No.
And if you lose the dressing room, some big players in the dressing room, you're in trouble straight away. Probably the press didn't help him when he was going to the press saying they got to run more, they got to do this more. You can say to the players individually that, but you don't do it in the press. Straight away, you're on the back foot.
Yeah.
For me,
Yeah.
as a player.
What about Romero, Ray? Because you're not happy
I'm not
with...
too sure about his attitude at the moment. Look, De Zerbi might be totally different with De Zerbi. I think he didn't want to be there under Tudor. Yeah. And he may be influencing other players around him, I don't know. But he said there's 7 cup finals there. There was 8 cup finals before the Forest game, and they lost that one. So, it's a situation now. It's not all about what style of football you play, what tactics you make. It's all about mentality now. For De Zerbi's got to get into those players and say, look, this is so much at stake for us. The next 7 games are massive for the club, massive for the fans.
Yeah.
You go out there, you prove that you're good enough, and you prove that, to me, that you want to be part of this club going forward next season.
Yeah.
And that's work rate, that's wanting it more than the other team, that's mentality by saying, like, we ain't going to get beat today, and all those sort of things got to come into it.
Yeah.
It's not all about tactics and all that. Oh, he got the right tactics now with him playing. Don't get me wrong, he'll put a team out that's competitive and whatever, but they want it more than the other team. That's all they've got to do every week now.
Yeah.
And if they do that, I think they've got enough quality to stay up.
Yeah. Yeah, that's what
There's no doubt about that.
No, we've shown a lack of fight. And
yeah, exactly. That's all as a Spurs fan, that's all you want to see, innit? A bit of energy, a bit of someone trying. Not everybody can play well every week.
No.
But there's no excuse whatsoever for a player to go out there and not give his all every single game.
Yeah.
When you walk off that pitch, I've given my best I could today, and maybe I wasn't good enough, or the player I'm playing against was better than me, and whatever. But there's no excuse when you walk off and say, I could have done a bit more today. I could have been 10% better. If everybody's going to say, well, I can be 10% better for the team, then you might have won the game.
Yeah.
Sort of thing. That's what he's got to get across to the players very, very quickly, because, as I said before, West Ham have got that big game against Wolves at the weekend, Friday night.
We could be in the bottom.
And then you got to go Sunderland away, which is not an easy game.
Tough game.
But you've got to show that mental strength when you go up there and get a result. They have dropped off a little bit off Sunderland.
Yeah.
So they might give you an opportunity.
If the best Spurs turn up, we got we got a chance, but it's just that team hasn't turned up anywhere near enough. I'm confident with De Zerbi. I think with him in charge, I think the players.
It was the right move. You had to change the manager.
Oh yeah,
definitely.
He was just nowhere near good enough. Right, time to look at the latest FA Cup action in partnership with McDonald's.
FA Cup update on talkSPORT with McDonald's. Got big McDonald's hunger? Order delivery on the McDonald's app today. From 11 a.m, 18 plus. Fees apply to delivery orders. Subject to availability. Price may vary.
Now, after a 39-year wait, Leeds are finally heading to an FA Cup semi-final.
Here we go with Leeds United. Tanaka was there having a shirt pull, but a lovely turn from him, and he scored brilliantly. Ayo Tanaka with the opening goal for Leeds, up against Alphonse Areola. With 9,000 Leeds United fans willing him on, Calvert-Lewin scores, and for the first time in 39 years, Leeds are heading to the FA Cup semi-finals. Pascal Strout tries to compose himself, and Strout hits it, and it's in off the post, and Leeds United have done it. They're into their first FA Cup semi-final since 1987. Their players stream onto the field to celebrate.
Yeah, amazing game that was against West Ham. They now face a big game against the rivals Chelsea for a chance to put themselves FA Cup final for the first time since 1973. Joining us now, a man who knows exactly what it feels like to score a legendary FA Cup goal for the club. Former Leeds striker Jermaine Beckford joins us. All right, Jermaine.
How you doing, Jermaine?
Jamie, Ray, how are you boys? All good?
I'm all right.
Jermaine, you must have been played double for that game. I mean, I was watching you and Joe on the sidelines, and I think I watched it at 4:30. I started watching it, and you've been there a long way before that. And I think I finished at 8:15, didn't it? Something like that.
Mate, I think I was there for about 10 hours, man. It was nuts.
It was a great game, though, Jermaine. It was a top game. Proper
Do you know
FA
what?
Cup
For the
fixture.
neutral, it was an incredible game. It was an emotional roller coaster. It had absolutely everything. Leeds going 2 goals up, West Ham dominating possession, West Ham scoring 2 goals in the 93rd, 96th minute, scoring two goals in extra time, both of them offside. And then look, the famous penalty shootout. It's the best way to go up, but the worst way to lose. It was unbelievable, honestly. Myself and Joe Cole on the touchline, I was having a little bit of banter with Joe, just saying to him, look, don't worry, there's always next year when we're 2-0 up and it's 92nd minute. And then all of a sudden, the tide turns and, he's saying, don't worry, Jermaine, keep your chin up, mate. We've got some Kleenex for you around the corner and that. Like, it was brutal, man.
Yeah. You know what? Leeds, I thought, were brilliant in the game up until the 90th minute. I thought you were really in control. I thought you're pressing all over the park. You just were all over West Ham. They didn't have an answer for you. But then all of a sudden, you fell apart.
I know.
The 11 minutes went up, wasn't it, Jermaine?
Yeah.
11 minutes went up. Give everybody a bit of a lift from the fans, I think.
Honestly, the atmosphere was incredible. When the 11 minutes went up, the West Ham fans got right behind their team. And look, you got 2 extremely passionate fan bases going up against each other. And they were both amazing. Like the home fans of West Ham, especially when the 11 minutes went up. Earlier on in the game, they actually hit the post. I can't remember who it was. But the roar, all of the players felt it. And it was just more wind in their sails. They just went for the jugular, and fair play to them. They managed to pull the game back to 2 apiece. And for a large portion of the extra time, they were the favourites. They were in ascendancy. They were causing all sorts of problems. But look, it's a long, long time since Leeds United have been in the FA Cup semi-finals. And, oh, my God, how about that for a draw against Chelsea as well?
Yeah, we've gone back to the 70s there. Billy Bremer and all them sort of guys. But, yeah, I mean, you look at the draw, and that, for me, that's a cracking game, Chelsea-Leeds. I mean, that will be... You won't be able to get a seat in the house for that one. Just going back to the old school games. But I just want to say about the Leeds fans, they were brilliant, weren't they? I mean, 9,000 all the way down from Leeds. I'm sure a few have got sore heads this morning. I'm definitely sure about that.
Oh, yes.
But yeah, they sang the whole way through, and I thought the atmosphere was superb. I'm sitting in my front room, and I can feel the atmosphere from the Leeds and West Ham fans.
Yeah, it was amazing, absolutely amazing. And look, it's no surprise, it's no secret that I've got I'm a Leeds fan. It's not a soft spot. I'm a Leeds fan, and the reason I'm a Leeds fan is because the Leeds fans are nuts. And you see that on every away trip, they sell out the allocation, whether it's whether they get 2,000 or 15,000 allocation, they'll sell it out.
Yeah.
So Wembley is going to be absolutely phenomenal. It doesn't matter if it's on the Saturday or the Sunday, preferably the Saturday, from a fan base perspective. But obviously, I know it's Leeds against Chelsea. There's a little bit of safety concerns. I think I had a conversation with a few of the stewards yesterday, and they were mentioning about possibly being on the Sunday. Get the Leeds fans finished up early. I don't like that, because what if Leeds win the game? They want to celebrate in the city. I'm not saying Leeds are going to win it.
There's some good nights out, and on a Sunday, Jammer, some good places we can. Ray can give you some recommendations.
You can always find somewhere. Yeah.
I know a lot of spots, boys. I know a lot of spots.
You know as well. Jermaine, look, just on that game though against Chelsea. Look, obviously Chelsea are a good side, but they're more than beatable this season.
Yeah, they've been relatively inconsistent. I was at Stamford Bridge the other day, actually, for the Port Vale game, and I had a chat with Liam Rossigna briefly after the game, and he just seeing the passion that he speaks with, the determination of what he wants to achieve at that club. He loves it and he's excited about it. He just needs the fans to get behind him. They're just not overly happy and impressed with what they've seen on the pitch in terms of all of the results. I think the PSG games and maybe one more game, maybe the Arsenal, was it Arsenal or Newcastle? They weren't overly impressed with the losses. But, you have to take everything with a pinch of salt. He's a new manager in a new club, learning his team, learning his players, learning the atmosphere as well, and expectations. There's a lot of pressure on him. But I'm looking forward to seeing how the two clubs come up against each other. I think it's a good time for them to play each other in a what is it? It's 25th or 26th of April. I'm looking forward to it. I think it's a fairly even game. And I know it sounds silly because Chelsea are much further up the league, but Leeds have been in every single game this season, bar I think it was about 3, maybe Arsenal, they completely blew Leeds out of the water. But we won't be worried. We won't be worried about that. We'll be looking to go to the capital. It's at a neutral ground. It's at Wembley. So, look, toss a coin up in the air and let's see which side it falls on.
Now, they'll definitely sell the allocation at the next game they've got. Who they got, James? Man United away.
Man United
away, which is, we know the rivalry between both clubs. Massive game for Man United as well, because they're looking at top 4, top 5, Champions League football next year. But now you've got to get all the eyes will be on that relegation battle. You still got to put Leeds in it because they're not too far outside. And if West Ham get a couple of results and Spurs get results, then they suddenly will be dragged into it. But another big game at Man United, which is always a cracker.
Oh, it's incredible. Honestly, I'm looking forward to it. But I'll be honest with you, I don't think it's the best time to play them. I think Michael Carrick's done absolute wonders since he's taken over. The players seem to be playing the type of football that Man United were playing back in the days under Fergie, you know, and fair play to them. I think he was the right manager. He is the right manager at the right time for that football club. But from a Leeds perspective, I don't want that to be the case. I want them all to have a really, really, really bad day.
Yeah.
So we can rub it in their faces again. That would be nice.
Jamie, you're an absolute star, mate. Thank you.
Have a good.
It's Jermaine Beckford there, man, who scored 85 goals for Leeds.
Just only thing, the only concern for Leeds United yesterday was a couple of injuries, didn't they?
Yeah, they did pick up a few.
A couple of injuries.
I would be a bit concerned about the fact that they fell apart, really. You know, I know they got it over the line and well played, but, you know, coming
some injuries as well.
Yeah, the injuries are not always a problem. Coming up, we're going to look ahead to a huge week of Champions League action. Arsenal, Liverpool, can they bounce back after their disappointments? We're going to get a bit more on the Aussie Rules as well. Yes. What a game we watched earlier today. That was thanks to McDonald's.
FA Cup update on talkSPORT with McDonald's. Got big McDonald's hunger? Order delivery on the McDonald's app today. From 11 a.m, 18 plus. Fees apply to delivery orders. Subject to availability. Price may vary.
What about Mo Salah? With Saudi in mind, is he now the most eligible free agent around?
It's a strange one because Saudi sources sense that MLS are going to make a big push, and MLS sources think he's nailed on to go to Saudi Arabia. And as a free agent, of course, there might be European interest. I'm told that reports linking him with a move to PSG are wider the mark. They're past that Galacticos era within MLS. A fair few teams have ruled themselves out, such as San Diego, for example, and New York City FC. But there will be franchises in MLS exploring that deal. Some think that Chicago might enter the fray, and others believe that one of the two clubs in Los Angeles will be interested within Saudi Arabia. We know the clubs themselves would love to be able to sign Salah, particularly Al Qadsiya, where Brendan Rodgers is manager, Al Ittihad and Al Hilal. Neom FC could enter the picture as well. But the strange thing I'm hearing in Saudi, Jim, is that the clubs would love him. They've got to be able to finance it. They're reliant on central funding, and central deal makers are still actually debating, is there value in signing Salah at his age and at his wage? Last summer, they would have done it because they were negotiating the TV rights and they thought that they could sign Salah and get a really lucrative deal in Egypt.
The talkSPORT 20k giveaway.
Yeah, listen up. We're officially under 1 week to go for your chance to win 20 grand right here on talkSPORT. Yeah, 20 grand. Tax-free, straight into your bank account. Spend it, save it, splash it. Choice is yours. Here's how to enter. For your chance to win, text WIN to 83338. Text costs £2.50 plus your standard network rate, or call 0343 418 7260. Lines closed 9th of April 2026, 4 p.m. That's when you need to answer your phone if it rings. 18 plus, UK residents only. This is a network promotion. Full T's and C's at talksport.com. So for your chance to win 20 grand, text WIN to 83338 now. Now though, time for a bit of this. Yeah, Aussie legend Kylie there is what we're playing, because away from the football, me and Ray, we watched arguably one of the greatest sporting events in the history of the world earlier.
What a game.
Aussie Rules. Hawthorn FC beat Geelong Cats 92-91 with a last-second winner. And here to tell us what on earth was going on is Australian tech op Jasper. We've dragged him in. To
Jasper.
Tell us, all right, Jas.
How you doing? How you doing?
I mean, that was one of the best games ever, right? That can't happen a lot.
Happens every week, man. It's
No,
one of the
it
best,
don't.
one of the best sports in the world, honestly. Like, it's high octane every week. It's awesome.
92-91.
Higher scoring than that, actually. A lot of the time, both teams crack 100 points.
Really?
Yeah.
I just want to say, there's a couple of rules people don't know out there, which we didn't know.
Yeah.
How long does it go on for, the game?
So it's 4 quarters, all four, and the 4 quarters are each 20 minutes long, but there's stop clocks. So each quarter usually goes for about 30 minutes.
Wow, so it's a long game.
It's a long slog, yeah.
It's a long old game, and then there's 18 players on each team.
Yeah, so 22 players in the total matchday squad, and then you have 18 on the pitch at any one time and rolling interchange, because obviously you get really tired.
They just kick the granny out of each other.
They do, yeah. No pads, anything, tackling. The only rules are you can't push people in the back and you can't tackle over the shoulder.
And what's the hardest position?
Probably
in that midfield
in the
area?
midfield, yeah. There's 3 guys in the midfield who are called like the followers, yeah. And they'll be up and back everywhere all day.
What sort of distances would they run? Would you know?
As
a footballer,
What a question to ask.
No, as a footballer, a midfielder
It's stat analysis.
It should be running about 12 kilometres.
I think it's around. I've heard that some players, like the biggest midfielders, will run about a half marathon in a big game. Yeah.
Hey,
so you can't play it.
Yeah.
I'll be struggling.
They won't be doing that every week.
6-year paddle.
Yeah, I'll be struggling there. I mean, to be fair, it's a great game. It's obviously a big game out there.
Yeah. No, it's
great to watch.
It's massive, and like you saw there, like the stadium they're playing at, the MCG holds 100 grand. Like and that would have been, even though that's round 4 of the regular season. The season's just started. That would have been like 95 grand in there to watch the game. So yeah, it's honestly. It's a shame that not everywhere around the world is as into it as we are, because it's such a good sport.
Well, I was glued to it.
Yeah, I was watching you guys.
And to me, was that the favourites to win it? Who won the game?
This season, I would say because like last season, the team Geelong who lost, they made the grand final and lost. But Hawthorn, they were perennially a good team. Like they were a really good team in the early 2010s and stuff. But then it's sort of been going through a bit of a rebuild. But then the last year they made the finals, because the final series to make the grand final. And like they're a young up and coming team. But this season, everyone's expecting them to really kick on.
Yeah.
So I reckon they would have been just favourites. But Geelong, they've been good since like the mid 2000s. They're just like a dynasty team. So
And how does the league work? So how many games do you play in that, and then do you get qualified for the playoffs? Or
it is quite complicated. So there is there's
just talk till 10 o'clock.
Yeah. I'll give you a speed run. There's 18 teams in the league. The top 8 teams make the finals. It's a 23 game season, and after 23 games, the teams that have the most points, you get 4 points for a win, 2 points for a draw. The top 8 go through to the finals, and then there is the bottom 4 of the top 8 play off to play the top 4, and then those guys play in the semi-finals, which are called like they play the semi-finals. Then the actual semi-finals of the top 4 teams that make it through is called the prelims, and then the winners of the 2 prelims go to the grand final, and that's to win the cup.
Wow.
Yeah. And it's a massive. The grand final day in Australia is a public holiday, so everyone gets everyone gets a day off to watch the game. It's massive.
And what date's that?
It's the last Saturday of September or the first Saturday of October.
There we go. Well, I'm going to watch that. I'm definitely watching it.
Yeah, definitely watch that.
This game's good because it's because of the time difference. It's on a bit later, so it's easier to watch. But the grand final, come September time, is tricky because it's often on at 5 a.m. English time, which is you're getting up at all hours to watch it. So.
All right. Jasper, you're a star. Thanks for coming on. Get back to work.
Anytime.
Yeah, well done, Jasper. Aussie Rules. Give it a watch. That was what a game we saw today. And the season's just started, right? So it's on. It's on a lot. It's on TNT. But it was absolutely fantastic. Let's get back to a bit of football. Tomorrow night, Arsenal are playing Sporting Lisbon at 8 p.m, followed by Liverpool's trip to PSG on Wednesday at 8 p.m. Both live right here on talkSPORT. Just lastly on that, Ray. Big game for Arsenal. Is one that's a must-win.
Well, all the big hitters will be back in. We all know that. Got to win. Well, not got to win. Just play well. I mean, be hard to beat. If you can nick a win, great. Don't lose the game because it puts you under pressure on the second leg.
Would you be happy with like a 2-1 loss though?
Not really. No. I think you've got to get at least a draw. I mean, away from home, I think they're capable of at least getting a draw. I think they can go and win the game. If they can go out and Sporting will be looking at it and saying, right, we're going to have a go. We're on the front foot.
Yeah.
And that's when Arsenal sometimes are better because they can play on the break and they've got a bit of pace either side of the flanks.
Got to show more than what they've shown recently.
No, absolutely. I totally agree with you. I mean, the last 2 games have been disappointing. But now it's all about that meeting they probably had on Monday or, yesterday probably. They would have been in training yesterday. There's no doubt about that. And just saying, look, let's get back on track, lads, and we've got to move on. Simple as that. You can't be sulking. You can't be feeling sorry for yourselves because you'll regret it at the end of the season with the position they're in. Yeah. The other one's brilliant as well. Real Madrid, Bayern Munich. Now, Bayern Munich, people fancy. Vincent Kompany's done a really good job, hasn't he?
Yeah, he's done all right, to be fair.
And Harry Kane, obviously, is banging the goals in as usual, like we expected.
It's outrageous.
Let's hope we can still do that in England. And then on the Wednesday night, Barcelona Atletico, which is another good game. You expect Barcelona maybe to win that one?
Yeah.
And then Paris Saint-Germain, Liverpool. Well, let's just hope Liverpool can get the Champions League form, which they haven't been too bad.
Right. They've played well in Champions League.
And if they can get some sort of a result away in Paris, then Anfield will be rocking if they've got any chance of trying to qualify. So let's hope they're all good games.
It's going to be
what
good.
ones are you going to watch? That's the thing.
I'm going to be watching Arsenal.
We got to be in here, Jamie. Look, the sport tellies. We could have had
I'm on the sports bar tomorrow. So if Arsenal get beat,
get that costume ready.
Yeah, the Arteta mask will be out. Ray, it's been a pleasure, mate. You're off. You're going to go and enjoy yourself.
I'm going to go down to Rubber Dub. A couple of Urigellas, I reckon.
Yeah. Are you meeting Al?
No. Al's in his best behaviour.
He's not allowed
I think
out.
Billy the Cab might be out today. he drops him in down there. He's on. He went and saw Alan over the weekend, so he's on his way back.
Big Al.
So he stopped at my local pub, but I'm going to have a couple of beers later. Back yourself, James. You going paddle, weren't you?
I'm going to play paddle, mate, and then I'm going down the pub.
Well done, son.
Right, Super Ali McCoy and Gabby will be on tomorrow, usual time, 6 a.m. Up next, Sam Matterface, Alex Crook.
Yeah, I know, Ali, I got in trouble with you and Cass yesterday because you accused me of basically coming in and causing absolute chaos with the Marc Cucurella and Chelsea story. So I've got another one one for you today. I thought, why not just carry it on?
Good on you.
And I thought we'd carry on with Chelsea and Enzo Fernandez, because Enzo Fernandez in the Chelsea firing line. Chelsea players have been unimpressed with his leadership on and off the pitch during the team's dramatic slump in form. He's berated teammates on the pitch, been vocal in the dressing room, obviously as a vice-captain at Chelsea. He's put his own future in doubt. He has hinted at Real Madrid. He then recently has said on a stream whilst on international duty about how he'd love to live in Madrid. I mean, he ain't really playing hard to get, is he? It's giving a little bit desperate. It's not a good look, is it? As a Chelsea fan, you'd want him out if he's behaving like this.
Well, listen, if he doesn't want to be there, it's